But he even had like tank riders and stuff like that we could have used in the war.
What are these things called again? Jakar?
Yeah.
Yes.
What was the spelling on that? Jakh?
JHAKAR.
There you go. I got the two characters of your ninja.
Jakar.
I just put it in the chat.
Yeah. Save that in my Dark Sun folder. Bam. Cool.
Take a look on the map. The two over here.
All right, so we have a Narosto the Old, and we have this Gross Defiler here.
Yeah, that's my staff.
Oh, he might have one as well.
Store.
No, there can be only one.
You think more than one staff can't exist in the world?
Yes. Just like one of his characters has a skull mask. That's mine! Mine!
All right, this is good stuff.
Nah, I don't care. I need you to inject my mini ninja.
Your mini. Right on. I need... How many max HP you got?
45. I can adjust all of these.
The dog has more hit points than you.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I need to do my level up because I wasn't able to because I was over in Washington.
Oh wait, did you want a resource? Do you have side ice that you want to put on there?
You can add that on. I just need the injection.
All right. Well, you can modify it as you like. Then here you go.
Yep, thank you.
Diamond.
Oh, too bad I can't make the base shiny like Rence's base.
The regular in-game bases are very shiny. I actually wish you could turn that off in-game.
I like it.
Disconnected me for some reason. So.
Oh.
Hi.
You still look connected on my screen, Diamond.
Hello, little
Well,
Diamond.
I just got back into the server.
Yeah. So you mean earlier it disconnected you? Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I do have the stream up if you're watching. See ya.
Yes, I am watching.
All right, guys. We ready to play some Dark Sun?
I need to do a
Almost.
little bit of work on my character sheet because I wasn't able to level up.
All right. Anyone
Do it
else?
on the fly.
Can we maybe just recap where we were at?
All right. Brief
can't
recap.
remember.
All right. So after your numerous adventures, the Great Revolution, the Free City of Tyr, the war with Uruk, after all of that, you guys decided the next step was to go retake the iron mines, which had been captured by Hedgekins, who live in the mountains, in the surrounding mountains. They're a real problem. So you went to the mines, you recaptured the mines, but you were soon confronted by a legion of soldiers and merchant houses all claiming rights to the mines. So you weren't able to actually take any of the ore out of the mine because all of it is already designated to be shipped to different countries around the world. So you were only able to keep the gems. And now you stand in front of the mines in the open desert, probably thinking it's time to head back to Tyr and regroup and maybe sell some of these gems that you just collected.
I refill my water in that water that we cleaned last time before we leave.
Right. All right. So before you go up to the upper floor, you're going to collect a fresh supply of water before you head out into the desert. It's only 2 days to get to Tyr, so you probably will make it.
Yeah.
Couple things. Does anybody have detect magic prepped?
I do.
I have
Oh.
Dispel Magic.
Okay. So we're gonna put all the mine loot in the Kinkin cart, and then if you can cast detect magic on it to see if any of the stuff we found was magical, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And the mine loot's over here, Ninja, and I wasn't sure if any of that stuff was magical or not.
Do we rest before we leave though? Because we didn't take a long rest yet.
I mean, I assume we're gonna get a long rest on the road back.
All right.
Because the army's probably not gonna want us to like make a camp in the middle of the mine.
The Hedgekins' only treasure was gems. None of the gems are magical.
Yeah. But we had like a bunch of miscellaneous items.
But there are the rods,
And then there was
and those needs to be identified. We
Spell
know they're
components, they
magical.
had to have the rods as spell components to channel the electric arc, but they're not by themselves magical. They're just a piece of iron.
and then we had the war pick and the miner's helm.
Both of those were mundane equipment used in the mines, although the helm is of high quality.
Yeah, it's worth $1,000. One would hope.
1,000 of them sweet, sweet monies.
Looks like that's it. No magic items from the
Okay.
mines.
Well, we got stuff we can sell. Did anybody want the war pick, the mounted war pick? It's bronze. It does 1d6 piercing damage. It's got a special attack if you're mounted. It sunders. You can use it two-handed for d8. It's made of metal.
Is it
Is
a
it-
simple
Is it-
weapon?
Is it? Yeah.
It is a martial weapon.
Then I cannot use it.
Yeah. Same here.
Samesies.
All right, we'll just sell it then. All right. We have some mundane items, and I wasn't sure if uh, anybody wants these mundane items. We have a bronze cage that holds a sculpture of a mouse with human hands, a brass oil lamp, which is engraved with a map of the city of Brass. If anybody knows their lore, the city of Brass is in the elemental plane of fire. It's where the Ifriti live. So I don't know if Grimorn might be
I'm gonna
interested in
keep
having
that.
that in the temple. Yeah.
Mhm.
I too would also be interested in keeping that.
You can
All right.
consult
well,
it.
you guys can fight it over it.
Oh,
There's a
I'm pretty sure both of us can academically come to a conclusion that we'll just share it.
Party loot.
but whoever wants it can take it off the mine loot card and add it to their inventory.
Yeah, somebody's got to hold it. Even if
That's
you
what
both
I'm
use
trying to
it.
say.
I'm gonna hold it.
All right.
Makes sense. Fire
Yeah.
cleric holds it.
Let me
Speaking
put
of
it
holding-
in chat. So and I'll delete it.
Speaking of holding things, I came to the conclusion that we cannot hold a lot of water at a time. I came to the conclusion that
Yeah, we can.
we can hold up to like 2 water skins at a time.
Are you talking about just on your person?
No, I'm talking about backpacks only being able to hold 30 pounds of weight, and water skins are about 9 pounds in weight each, if they're
That's
full.
why I have. That's why we have carts.
Where is the?
Yeah, I'm talking about individual
where's-
people holding.
Where's the item? I have.
I put it
Like
in
if we're
chat.
going in a cave and stuff and like in there for
Oh.
days.
Can I copy and paste that when it's in chat?
Nah, I don't think so.
Here, I put it in Discord
Can you-
chat. There you
wanna
go.
Do you want a note card to post it onto?
No, I just want to be able to copy and paste it. That's all.
Oh, here. Hold on.
Because I don't think you can copy from the
There you
chat
go.
on the side there.
All right. All right. We also have a leather pouch full of polyhedral dice. Apparently, the miners are playing D&D.
Maybe. More likely
And then
gambling
we-
dice.
And then, if anybody is proficient in wood carving, we have a set of wood carving tools.
I wish I was.
Our characters playing D&D as real people.
Let's see. And then we have some art items. A cloth gown with dyed silk, wooden chalice with an arcane runes, 10 yards of canvas in a sack. That's more of a crafting thing. Anybody claim any of those?
You
Or are
could
they
use it
just
to
going
make
in
a
the sell
sail if
pile?
you were sailing the Silt Sea. Canvas is good for that.
Well, all right. Let's put the canvas in the.
At the moment, I can't hold much.
I can put it in the mundane equipment.
You're a lightweight. Monks travel light.
No, it's a matter of where to put it.
Oh.
Like, my
Alright.
backpack is filled with nothing but water and food.
I imagine a big thing of canvas would take up an entire backpack too, and then some.
Well, it's 10 pounds. It's already in a sack. All right. Uh, so that's done.
Yes.
I still see all the error messages. I hope that's from last time because it just hasn't updated. I guess
No,
I-
that's me accidentally going and trying to add things that aren't.
Is it on one of your rollers that's doing that?
Haven't tried a roller yet.
All right. We have party mode.
Roller's working.
That's good. I'm hoping all the rollers are going to work this time. If I load everything carefully,
Alright.
it works out. But I noticed this time when I booted up the game, if I try to start doing stuff like initialize the scripted one world system before it's fully loaded completely, it bugs out like it did that one time. So I reloaded the entire map and waited and then let it settle, and then started, and it works fine.
All right. Does anyone want to keep any of the gems?
Yes.
Now
Is
for
that
a
literal
report.
money?
Yeah.
No,
No, but right. I'm gonna add them. All right. Do we want to liquidate the gems to split up party money? Yay or nay?
Well,
Yay.
I see we keep the diamonds on the side.
Well, the
All right.
And then
diamonds
the
are
rest
The
we can
diamond.
split.
So let's keep the diamonds
Why would we keep the diamonds?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
because Gamora can use them to bring us back to life, literally.
Oh.
A short window of time. If you die and he
Uh,
gets to you right away and he uses a diamond, you come back to life miraculously.
And I need to use 300 gold worth of diamond to be able to cast the spell.
Oh yeah, he's a cleric.
It is your phoenix feather for the party when one of you dies.
Yep.
All right. So I'll sell the rest of the gems from the mine. I will sell the war pick and the miner stuff. The gems sell for full value. The equipment sells for half. Correct.
Yeah.
The art sells for full. Yes.
It can. If you can find an art dealer, you probably have to know somebody in the noble district who can afford to buy it. You might have to go to Seoul to contact one of his friends.
Okay.
I can hear Long eating, and it's so uncomfortable.
I mean,
And then there's three of the
ASMR.
art items don't have values attached to them.
Not even eating.
Which ones?
Three of the art items don't have value.
Does it just say three
And
art
two of these have.
objects?
No, it just says a small bronze cage with hands of a mouse, a broken dagger engraved with the symbol of the legendary warrior, a small leather pouch full of polyhedral dice. They
Okay,
don't have values.
A lot of those things, when you see something like that, they come from a particular list. They're like considered like a lot of them are considered RP items, trinkets, keepsakes, things that are important to the character but aren't necessarily a valuable treasure. Many of them have information on them. Maybe they're a key or a map, but it's not listed as treasure or as an art object that you would sell. Typically, you would keep it and use it or throw it away. It's not something that's necessarily valuable.
Okay, so not even vendor trash. And then the other question is that the cloth gown and the arc in the chalice of the runes, they have a value of each of 25 gold. Is that on purpose, or was that supposed to be ceramic?
That is supposed to be ceramic. They came off a different generator, and I just neglected to
Yep.
change it. My bad.
That is fine. I just want to make sure before I multiply that value by 100 that
It's-
I have the right value.
Yeah, it's usually going to be the case. It's usually just
All right.
I missed it, forgot to do it. But usually when I pre-plan everything, I go through and I change all of those details. You can do like you can select everything and you can be like change all GP to CP, and it changes everything.
All right. I'm going to start doing the math now while we make our way back, just to save time when we get in town. I'm going to assume with Soul's help, it shouldn't be hard to sell a cup and a dress, right?
a cup and a dress.
Okay. And,
Shouldn't be hard at all.
I'll take care of that while the party travels forth.
All right, so you guys want to set out then, I guess. You want to travel. Do you want to plot a course? Do you want to retrace your steps from before exactly the way you went?
What happened? I missed a lot.
Okay,
Psycho did his practice.
my recall of this is probably not super accurate, but I seem to remember you were avoiding one of these areas because there was a big bad monster of some kind. So you had circled down and over, and then took more or less a straight course to the gate. So I'm asking, do you want to retrace those steps, like over to here, then over to here, and then down to here?
What was the monster?
Yeah, good question. What was the monster? Something to avoid. Is it one of those Siltars or something like that?
That was in
Kraken.
the Dwarven dungeon.
That was in the Dwarven dungeon. I forget what it was, you know? Yeah, it doesn't matter, I guess. Some sort of monster was there. You can try to go directly through here. I'll make my encounter rolls as normal. Whatever was there might have moved somewhere else.
I guess we can attempt it. We just have to make sure we scout our way a little bit ahead.
Yeah, if one of you is good at stealth, you could send them forward as a vanguard, as a scout, to see if there's enemies in front of you. You also have Vrence's
I'll do it.
ability to ping for bands of elven raiders and stuff like that.
We used to have a rogue.
Yes, I will ping for humanoids and abominations as we travel.
All right, well, let me make a roll beforehand so I know if it is one of those things. Okay.
You coming to the game long, or are you on your way?
He's on his way.
I'm in my house loading.
All
my
right.
Steam.
The map has been done.
Steam is rebooting.
I'm afraid we're gonna have to use math. Oh God, no!
What is going on?
Why are people so terrified of math?
So when we get to town, we will have that much of stuff to divvy up amongst us once Sol and I go and liquidate the gems and the art objects in the metal items in the nobles district.
Simon, is that meant to be your character? In the chat. Diamond? Alright then.
You there, Diamond? You might be muted.
Or AFK?
You might also be smoking.
Yeah, smoking a cigarette. Filthy habit,
You might also-
Diamond. Quit your
You might
filthy
also be
habit.
dead.
Interesting. Don't you love when the DM is just like, ooh.
Ooh. Ah.
What
All
could
right.
that
see.
be?
Uh,
All right, so I don't think your sense picks up anything. You said it's humanoids and aberrations, right?
Yes.
What about a general perception check?
Yeah, well, you're going to do that if you're scouting, but we haven't gotten to that just yet.
This goes 5 miles out. This is way.
Okay, so when Vrensa does his quick scout, uses his sensory ability to see if anything is in this area, no aberrations or humanoids are within that 5-mile radius that you can detect. No large groups. So as the party travels during the day, on the first day of travel, the weather is pretty good. You don't have any sandstorms. It's not extremely hot or extremely cold. And you make it to about here. So at this point, you're still basically in the mountains. So you've been skirting the mountains all day. You've been on your trek to the southwest through very rocky terrain. You have to avoid a lot of rubble, scree that's come down off the mountainside, and boulders that have tumbled down, things like that. You have to weave around them. But there's not a lot of foliage in the area. It's all very rocky, so you don't have to bushwhack or anything like that. You get to about here towards the end of the day, so who's scouting ahead?
Me.
You're definitely going to be the scout then. All right, so I need you to roll your stealth.
I got proficiency in stealth for some reason. I may as well use it. There we go then. Rolling stealth. Ooh, okay. 20. Modified.
Okay. All right. So you do some scouting ahead in advance of the party, and what you find is some really big footprints.
Oh.
What kind of footprints?
I mean, they look to be human, but they're enormous.
Giant
Oh no.
human
No, I know it.
footprint.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd
this doesn't.
love to meet a giant. I can speak.
Why do you
to him.
guys want to run in?
I want to
Well-
talk.
Okay, giant human. Can I make a survival check to tell which Well, do I have to tell which direction it was moving?
Well, the footprints are really big. They're kind of obvious. You could follow them in the direction they're going. It's a little bit north of where you're at into the mountains.
I'm going to gesture for the party to come over, including the ranger. Chat, cough, 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 chat. And I'm going to gesture to Vrensa and go, these trucks. Do you have any idea
Disconnected.
who could belong to them?
Oh no,
I've just
I got disconnected.
Me
Well.
too.
that sucks. Probably a Steam thing. It just hasn't shown up on my end yet.
Global chat says F.
I'm always the
Nope,
last to
that's
know when
true.
everybody gets disconnected globally. Yeah, there it goes. Well, Vrensa's
The
still in
chat's-
there. Strong connection, Vrensa.
The strongest
Um,
connection.
When we see those marks in the ground there, do we notice, like, is there an element, maybe modification, like maybe some of his powers would have affected the ground where he stepped?
Okay. There's no indication that the footstep caused a change in temperature. It seems to just be the weight, the mass of the humanoid or giant, I guess. The mass of the giant footprint is like what caused the footprint. So,
Question. Just a world gen question.
Yeah.
Are there the various types of giant on Athos, like hill, stone, cloud, fire, etc., or is it just giant?
there is what is known as like an Athasian giant. So the giants on Athos are particularly large, and they mostly hang around the Silt Sea. So they're not necessarily super common in the mountains. You'd find them way southeast of here normally.
Okay.
Are they considered as being a threat normally,
Hell yeah.
or are they? So do they communicate with people?
Come on,
I mean,
game.
they've somehow managed to breed with people. And
I
I don't
managed
even
it.
want to know how that happened because there are half giants.
My character managed to learn giant. As a
Magic.
language.
All half giants were created through magical means, where
okay.
a sorcerer king wanted to create an army that was more powerful to use against his rivals, and so he used giants and magic in order to make it work.
Gotcha. And now half giants, I guess, just breed true like any other race, so to speak.
I could be wrong on this, but I think there are only the half giants that have been created, and they're all male.
Oh.
I don't think there's any female half giants.
So this was done relatively recently then.
Well,
It's
you know,
in history.
the world you live in, the nation states of Athos,
Ninja's
of the
connected.
Dark Sun world, they're all sort of at war with each other all the time. So they're constantly trying to create bigger and bigger armies to fight each other.
How interesting. I know the language of giants.
Yeah, me too.
You probably, well, you guys probably learned it from speaking with half giants, rather
Possibly.
than unless you've been as far as the Silk Sea.
I don't know.
Kevin just got me too. He just shanked me in the ribs.
Looks like people
Kevin
are
got it.
blaming things on Kevin again, I think.
It's all about
Damn it,
Kevin. Fuck Kevin.
It's always Kevin's
It's
fault.
like-
Fucking
It's got-
Kevin.
Oh, so it's not just a
some
me
random
problem.
guy named
Everybody
Kevin
is
that-
booted out.
Everyone's
Okay.
stuck
I'm
outside.
just wondering why everyone's saying fuck him.
I'm gonna get myself a drink then.
Yeah, good timing.
Listen to this guy. Doesn't know why we all hate Kevin.
I figured there's just some random guy in chat who's just using tabletop. It's his first time using it. Everyone in chat's just like, fuck you, Kevin.
God, this ain't rap. Tabletop isn't Reddit.
Kevin's definitely being blamed on this one.
Some random guy named Kevin just stopped using tabletop because
Kevin leaves the bill for you to pay.
God damn it, fucking Kevin.
Let us know when you've got the game back up, Ninja.
All right. I was
My
trying to
wife
look up
divorced
some information on the variety of giant that you find in Dark Sun here.
Hey, just a little question. Do you think it's possible to run tabletop on like a private server?
I don't know. I do
Wouldn't that be
not know.
nice?
Well, it would
Instead of
certainly
being
cut through some of the issues, but
Yeah, maybe it would help stopping like the random resets from Steam and all.
yeah, one could only hope.
What are you talking about? We don't need... Tabletop doesn't need private servers. Their servers always work. 100% of the time. 1 and 2 zeros with a percentage sign, baby.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
Satisfaction guarantee.
Athasian giants are huge, lumbering, savage creatures that live in the sandy wastes of Athos. The largest concentration of giants inhabit the islands of the Silt Sea. There are 3 major types of giant: the beast head, the desert giant, and the plains giant. Another type of giant, the crag giant, only inhabits the region of the last sea, which you will never get to.
Wait, we're never gonna get there?
It's like the far side of the world, basically.
Gotcha.
So these would, so Brenta should probably be able to tell that these are probably desert giants then.
All right. Well, before I give you more information than that on particular giant breeds, you'd have to make a nature check of some kind.
Can I do a survival? Would that help?
Well, I was trying to get the ranger to do it.
I got a 6.
All you know is giant. It's big.
What would survival give? Like, what exactly survival gives you?
It's more like where to find food and water when you're trying to survive.
Follow tracks, hunt, wild game, get
Yeah.
you through
Stuff that'll lead to
frozen
getting
wasteland.
food, like finding tracks. That's an element of survival because you need to follow those tracks to find the animal, to hunt it, to get the meat, to eat it.
Identify signs that an animal lives in a nearby area.
Right. So it's
Predictive
like,
weather. How to avoid quicksand and natural hazards and stuff like
Right.
that.
The question becomes, where's the line between nature checks and survival checks?
Nature checks is your overall knowledge of nature. Survival is using your skills to navigate through nature and survive.
in previous
Is the
editions of
ability-
D&D, it was like the difference between book learning and an active skill. It's like, are
Yes.
you a survivalist that goes out into the woods and does stuff, or have you just read about everything in a book that you know about? Like, do you know?
Yeah, but that kind of
if you're just
that kind of
studying,
sounds like
if you're just studying a book, hang on, I think it failed to load properly. Let me reload this table.
It's like nature history.
well, it kind of sounds like, okay, can your knowledge of nature be useful? If the answer is, then use survival. Like, I can't see any
Well,
reason why you'd use nature check.
I
Here
think
you
the
have to
difference
use
i-
nature. You could not
the
use survival
different-
to find out what's going on in this situation.
The difference is that one, you can recall things from that environment and things that are common in that type of environment. When survival is how you're acting now. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you do?
Survival will find those
Sure.
tracks, but that's about it.
Survival
Right.
will maybe allow you to start a fire and
Nature will tell you what those tracks are, while survival will find
Right.
those tracks.
yeah.
So, right. In this term, I would say, like, nature would tell you, hey, these are the plants that exist around here, and a survival roll will let you actually find said plants.
Like survival in this case maybe could tell me or give me the indication if that giant might be living in this area or just passing by.
Yeah, you would use survival to follow the tracks to the giant, but you would use nature to get information from me about what you know about giants.
All right, so can I do a survival check to figure out how far that creature might be and what direction it went? Just have an idea.
Roll it. Sorry, I'm killing a
how do
spider
I
in my
roll
room
it?
here. These little spiders, they're so tiny. They get in somehow.
You said we were in the mountains right now.
Yeah, you're not in the mountains, but you are. You know, if my stream is reactive here, you can see where the. I'm still getting issues. Error.
Yeah, I can join on your server. What's the command for D20?
Hashtag roll,
Equation.
or not, sorry, exclamation point roll, and
Didn't we
then the
change it
dice.
to 1 at one point?
That was for Rivaro. If you're using dice main, it's still exclamation point.
Nah, all right. Anyway, if the stream's still active, you can see where you're at on the mountain's edge here. You're technically in the desert, but you're right on the edge of the mountains where it's still rocky before it gets out into the dunes.
Oh no, they do.
The
I
dunes.
rolled a 14.
The cool dunes.
All right. So with a 14, you know that these tracks lead to the north towards where there's probably a cave in those mountains there.
I will ask my companions, do we intend to follow the tracks? Or should we proceed with our mission back to Tyr?
Well,
We should
it'll
go
just
back
be a lot
here.
of bureaucracy once we get back to Tyr.
Okay.
And
Well,
who
the thing
knows?
is, you guys have been traveling all day, and now is where you're tired, and you would usually make camp. But you're aware that there's these tracks in the area.
Oh,
Well, maybe we can try to hide, rest, and then we gotta think about: is a giant living so close to the city a threat for the city? Would that be actually a nice treasure to bring back on our way back to the from our travel? If we could capture it alive, we could burn it as well.
Burn it.
We could
You and your fire.
we could definitely what I'm thinking is I would like to use my survival to figure out how old these tracks are.
didn't?
That's fair.
Pretty sure the Psycho already did that. rolled an 11.
Not to note the age of the tracks now. So you could still try that if you want to roll for it.
I did. I
Yeah,
got an 11.
Like a frog 11. How long ago the tracks
I'm
happened?
talking to Diamond.
I was gonna
I
give
got
you.
a 14.
All
I
right.
was gonna give you. I was gonna give you guidance.
The tracks are recent, fresh, new.
I tell the party, well, whatever it is that came through here recently.
Anyone else see these giant buttons on the screen?
I can't even get into the game.
Well, they're heading
still
towards
stuck
the
in the lobby.
north. The giant might be just returning home.
They're my buttons.
That means that we don't have to work too hard to find it, and we're not gonna lose tracks, even if we arrest right now.
I say we should camp for the night. No sense in going after something while we're all so weary.
But what if we are attacked in the night by this creature?
Then we will have at least had some rest before we have to fight against such a thing.
We can try to hide ourselves as well. They're not always the smartest creatures.
Ninja, how dark is it right now? Like, what time of the day is it?
I would assume that it is towards the end of the day. It's probably getting pretty dark. In the dark, it becomes more difficult to navigate the boulder field, and so it's just more and more inconvenient to continue traveling in the dark. Obviously, you can create fire whenever you want, so you're not like totally in the dark, but it still becomes at some point diminishing returns, and it's time to make camp.
Yeah, we need to rest.
And at some point, it gets very cold during the night, so you usually want to like bed down, get yourself in a blanket or in a tent or something before it gets real cold.
I haven't got a tent or a blanket. Would anyone mind spooning?
Is
I mean,
there
laugh, but that's a genuine question.
Can you
Is
all
it-
fit in the wagon? Is that a thing?
is it extremely rocky, or is there a little bit of sand that we might be able to bury ourselves into?
It's pretty rocky. You'd have to travel to the
We
south
have-
to get into the dunes.
So we have a Kanken cart that is a 1-ton cart, so it can hold 2,000 pounds. I assume even with the barrels of water, we can at least, even though it won't move, we can probably all bunk down in there. We also just found 10 square yards of canvas. We can basically have a covered wagon to sleep in at night.
We can set up our carts and our animals in kind of a circle, and then we can use that as kind of a shelter and keep the heat. Yeah.
Yep. And then whoever's on watch is like near the fire or something in the
Mhm.
circle.
I can be on watch without a fire. If you guys want to go with a fireless night, I'll take the hit and take the exhaustion as long as I can. As long as you guys will take care of everything in the morning.
The issue I'm finding is that if we do end up getting attacked in the night, obviously it's darkness and a lot of the people here are human. Well,
I'll create fire.
I can create fire too.
yeah, but do you really want to have to do that in combat and in a surprise round?
I can
mean-
throw fire at the thing that is attacking
Kreese
us.
can do it accidentally.
It
I
won't
think that-
ignite.
I'll do it accidentally when I wake up.
Besides, what I can do is I can have a torch at the ready to light.
Yeah, I can just create flame just by clicking my fingers.
Yeah, I
The
know you
human
can
lighter.
do that, but it costs an action.
Mhm.
And that action could be better spent killing whatever attacks us.
I'm more of a support
kill it if
character
you can't see
anyways,
it.
so it would be better for me anyway.
Alright, well it seems
All I know is you just need to see what you need to hit, and I will give you that.
Alright, well it seems we're in agreement. Cover the cart in the top. Oh god, this is gonna rhyme. Cover the cart in the top and well, we can't use sand to stay warm. Light a fire, stay warm, sleep.
Don't fart.
No,
I
no, we
shall.
want parts. They warm the tent.
Well,
I mean,
They
it's not
also
cold
they
tonight,
also
right?
give off a scent to wildlife and giants.
do we own a tent?
We
I
had
have
a
a
tent.
tent that is big enough for Brensa and Daggermaw, but we found in the mines 10 square yards of canvas.
Alright. Okay.
So we can cover the cart and turn the cart into a tent.
Right, but we don't have an actual tent. Okay.
I
So yeah,
do-
Ninja, I guess that's what we're doing.
I do have my own tent. I bought one. One thing about when we camp, I start a campfire because I need to, and I step in it and I start praying, and I skip a meal and water,
Fasting. All right.
and then I extinguish the flames like once I'm done with my prayer.
Right. I will eat and drink so that I don't suffer too harshly from the exhaustion, but I
You
will.
can-
All right. So you
Also
have
cook your
shelter.
food.
You all have food and water. So you eat, you drink, you have the shelter through the cold night. You need 4 people to be on watch to successfully cover watch for the whole night. So who's on first watch?
I'll be on first watch
Okay.
so that we
Then
can
I'll take
we can
second.
keep our light level to a minimum.
Oh, 3 rolls.
Okay. So Diamond, make your perception check for the first watch.
Let me
Is
check
the
what my
server back up?
perception Is
Yeah.
Yes.
I still can't get in. I'm
Why
gonna
does
restart
everything
tabletop.
click through everything on Hero Forge? Oh man.
Maybe you didn't search the right thing in the bar.
I searched for ninja.
Let
I
got
me-
0 hit.
19.
let me try to reconnect my friends list.
By the by, I rolled a 19.
By the by.
It is so laggy. I don't know if Steam could really resolve this issue. I think it's like a solar flare we had the other day is fucking up the world.
It's
I
fucking
still cannot find the
nuts.
server.
Try now. You should be able to now.
I'm restarting Steam.
It was at my end because if I don't have my friends list active, it had like the retry connection button instead of having like my list of friends. If it's like that, you won't find me on any list. So now that I'm reconnected, you will. It just takes a second for it to.
I might have to get rid of Soul's man ponytail.
All right.
Maybe.
When you finish
You
with that,
man
give it to Krius, because Krius is the man. He's got the near unlimited supply of Hero Forge figurines.
Yeah. It says that I have a limit, but I never found the limit.
Not yet. We'll test that limit though.
Yep, I don't mind. It
Well,
gets
that's
to
not-
like recharge every month.
The man ponytail.
Yeah, I'm still not
Uh,
getting your server up on, and
I'm
I
still
tried.
not getting your server, Ninja.
Yeah, I tried direct connecting too.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like he's doing and restart Steam. So let me save the game and jump out of here. Mad God and Krius, you can hop out as well, and that'll save me some
I
bandwidth
might as well
while I do
restart
this.
too.
Yeah, if we all do it, hopefully it's been updated and it'll fix whatever shit's going on. Thanks, Steam.
He would.
Well, while
Steam
this
quality.
is loading, can we do our checks and see?
Yeah,
what might
totally.
happen?
Like you can roll it in the Discord. It's totally valid. Theater of the mind, old school D&D style. We can totally run with that while we work through the technical difficulties.
Okay, I just have one question. What's a D10?
What is a D10?
Yeah, I don't. I know that there's the D10 button on tabletop, but what's like an actual? I hear it
Well,
has
you can
sight.
use
Yeah.
you can use 2 sets of D10s to work as a D100.
It's got 10
Okay,
sides.
now-
What do you think it is?
I don't know. A triangle. Oh, is
Oh,
it one of those things that you roll when you're playing Yahtzee?
What are you talking about, dude?
Get it.
He's
I'm
being
trying-
facetious.
Feces-ish. Like
I like
poo.
that word a lot.
You
trying
being
to-
specious?
Speciesist. Or specious.
Okay, elite preferred species.
Man, nobody uses specious anymore. That's kind of a rare word these days.
Yeah, so I got a 19. Did I detect anything?
Okay, for the first 2 hours, Traxxas keeps very keen watch on the surrounding environment. You detect a whole bunch of beetles. They seem to be dung beetles. They're going about their business. You leave them alone. Nothing happens.
Huh. Really?
There used to be there were 4 beetles, but there used to be 5, but one of them had to leave.
The 4 beetles. All right, give me a second here to. Well, you could whoever's on the next watch, you can go ahead and roll it, and I'll continue setting. the
Renta
server
will
up.
take it. Renta and Daggerma will take it. Do you want me to roll because Daggerma just has a passive perception of 20?
I suppose. Yeah, that's fine. We can just go with your passive. Dagger Maw just sits there, and we'll detect anything if it comes along. Dagger Maw detects some beetles. Dagger
She
Maw
eats them.
eats several of the beetles and then returns to sleeping.
She's got the beetle farts all night.
They have hard shells, so she gnaws on them like a chew toy.
Aw, who's a good girl?
Although
There's
her breath
the
stinks a bit in the
lizard
morning when she comes to lick you awake.
Oh, it always stinks.
Yeah, like imagine the farts from that thing.
Okay, who's on third watch?
Hey,
I can be on it.
16.
I think Long's
Oh,
doing it.
looks like it. Long was.
All right. With a 16, throughout the night, you detect only the wind.
Damn. Not even any beetles.
Well, the beetles are gone, eaten up.
All right.
Are we,
We have to-
there's no insect life around us either?
I'm gonna pull up Twitch because I can't see shit.
Oh, how's it feel?
Like, if I could describe it, like Tabletop Simulator is still like up, but it says it's not responding, and it can't even get back to the main menu. I'm just gonna hit
Yeah,
the
I can't.
X in the corner.
You don't exist. As far as as my computer is concerned, you don't exist.
Not
Hold
even
I'm
on
gonna
Twitch,
try to
huh?
restart my computer. Why don't you let me start Steam?
It's all theater
yeah,
of the mind right now. It's
I can
just
see Twitch right now, and I've got about a 20-second delay.
Ooh, Tabletop Simulator crashed. I haven't seen that in a while. Even the internet is having trouble. Like, just I tried to go to a website, and it was having a hard time loading JPGs. That's how bad it is right now. It's having a hard time loading the most basic image that the internet can display.
That explains why my computer's been going mighty slow recently.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, if you don't follow the sun, what happened is, like, the day before yesterday, a solar flare went off, and when you look at it on the satellites, you can usually see it spit out in any of a number of directions, but in this case, it was like a full corona, which means it's coming right for us. And
It's
it
coming
takes
right forward.
it takes about 70 some hours for like the wave to hit us, but when it does, it fucks with the electromagnetic spectrum and the magnetosphere and the power lines and the satellites, and it fucks with everything. And so we're experiencing all of that right now. I don't think Steam can do anything about it. I think it's the sun is taking a shit on us, and we just have to deal with it.
I
Here
still
we
blame
have
it on
the-
Kevin.
Damn it,
Fuck
Kevin!
you, Kevin.
That's what
Stop
we're-
throwing solar flares at us, Kevin.
That's what we're calling the sun from now on. He's no longer Ra, he is Kevin.
I thought his name was Sol.
It's clearly Kevin.
just call
Stole my
Saul.
name. Fuck him.
Sol is the name of our son.
Yeah, he stole my fucking name. How did he steal theirs? Because the name.
No,
of my
you stole his name, damn it!
I came up with it first. I predate the universe. Okay.
Finishing Steam Cloud Sync. Exit now.
This just means that along the line, the moon will become Daggermore.
Have you made sure that Steam's been updated recently?
I'm trying to close it and reopen it to make sure that it's, up to date and running well.
If you're using GeForce Experience, I had to download a driver for that. Do you maybe have to update that?
I hope not. I do have
Everything
a GeForce
needed an
card.
update.
I haven't updated my GeForce card in a good long time because every update is just like, game ready patches. Get your latest Battlefield whatever the fuck. I'm not going to play that game. Shut up.
The new Battlefield.
Yeah. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it with a 10-foot pole. I haven't played an FPS like that in a good long time. I don't need those game ready patches, usually. If it's a major patch, though, I might have to update it. I wonder if they got hacked. Is it part of the hack? Do I have to change my password on GeForce Experience, too? Shit. I'm so sick of changing passwords this week. You would think of all the companies, Google would have the security. I mean, they're pretty much the government. How did they get hacked? That's bad. That's bad show.
Like Google got hacked.
Yeah, if you didn't hear about it, Google got hacked in a big way. So, like, the Russian hackers have everybody's passwords now.
Russian hackers.
And they probably went right out onto some black market and they got sold off to the highest bidder, and now they're probably just going through accounts looking for people that have a lot of money and buying shit.
Oh God, I'm gonna need your fashion advice.
Yeah, I'll make you a new one.
No, I'm still making it. I just need you to judge like what.
There's like desert. Hang on. Well, I don't know what you are now. Are you a fighter mixed with a?
Bard, yes. I couldn't be a pure caster for legal reasons.
So, are we done with the night? Did we have just a free night of just Dung Beetles?
Who was the last person, and did you roll?
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I got a +8. And
+8.
I'll, yeah,
I
and
got
then I'll,
+6. You do it then.
and then I'll do guidance. Can I?
Yeah, you can certainly try.
What is it?
Guidance doesn't last very long,
Oh yeah.
but you're welcome to burn the spell slot. Or is
I
that
just
a
realized
that's a
how
cantrip?
It's
right?
a cantrip,
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a 20.
so he can keep casting it all throughout his watch.
Oh, that might be. I don't know. Cantrips don't run out, but wouldn't that be exhausting to keep casting the spell every however long it takes?
I just
How exhausting is it to like speak a couple of phrases every 10 minutes?
I rolled a 20 anyways. And I'm not worried about that.
But it's using magical energies. I wonder. It's fine. It's fine. Like I said, you can roll it. You can roll it. Go ahead.
What's is it a +6 or a +4? Guidance.
It is +4. Or plus a D4.
A D4.
All right. Regardless, it's a very high result, huh? So, during the last part of the watch, just before the dawn, in the last part of the night, you hear a bunch of heavy, clumsy footfalls as a couple of creatures try to sneak up on you. Roll a perception check.
Another one?
If we hear them, how are they?
I have a natural perception of 18.
So you definitely hear the one creature, but I just need like when you hear that one, if you're paying attention now, you can make an active roll.
Roll again with your guidance.
Okay. So
I'll roll again with my guidance.
so the heavy footfalls are coming at you from the north, and although it seems like the creature's trying to be stealthy, it's obviously quite large.
I got a 27. There you go.
What was that 2 that you rolled in there?
That was
Guidance.
a D4, and that was
For
that was the guidance.
All right. Because you got a 27, you can also detect a more stealthy giant coming up from the south. He circled around to catch you in a pincer maneuver.
Holy fuck!
These giants aren't dumb.
2
I
giants.
wake-
How large are giants?
I wake up everyone.
All right.
I know
And,
everyone.
and I start a big bonfire.
Your defense mechanism start a fire.
Yeah, so we can see from far, you know? I wanted to be freaking obvious.
I was tabletop ninja.
Finishing Steam Cloud Sync. Exit now.
And I point like I'm very like I actually use like I use thaumaturgy
Everyone's
to
still
raise
on
my
Kevin.
voice and to make it clear also where the 2 giants are coming from the south and the north.
The one giant had a 20 and the other giant had a 12, and so the less stealthy one gave it away. The more stealthy one, he was coming up from the dune side. The party's sort of in between. They're not that far away, and as soon as your alarm begins, they're going to come running in with a battle cry. Each one of the giants is actually an Etin, a 2-headed Etin. A pair of disgustingly inbred and grotesquely mutated giants come charging out of the darkness with this awful battle cry that's half roar that sounds like a lion and half screech that sounds like a bunch of pigs. And so they come charging in, all dramatic, like swinging these enormous clubs in the air. 1 in each hand, mind you. 2 enormous clubs, because each Etin head can control one of the clubs independently.
Wait a second.
You said
I
they're
remember this
inbred,
one.
so is there banjo music in the background?
Ding 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 ding.
I
Yeah.
got that covered. I got it covered.
No. We need to start a chase scene and have the Benny
This is
Hill theme playing in the
straight
background.
straight out of The Hills Have Eyes. These are the inbred hillbillies in the mountains that you have to watch out for.
All right, I'll start playing the banjo music. You guys fight till it's my turn. Ding, ding.
It's trying to reconnect to my Steam account. Wish it luck.
We gotta be extra sneaky, like.
So we got Theater of the Mind. The Ettins are coming in fast. I guess everybody's got to roll initiative, so I'll roll for my Ettins here. I'm going to go old school, and I'm going to get out a notepad. So when you get your initiative, tell me what it is. The Ettins get a 1 because they're retarded.
I got a 20.
28 for Chris.
I got a 21.
Okay.
I got a 6. Yep, that's just about usual for me.
Am I gonna go first on initiative for once? Let's find out.
So Vrensa has 13, Daggermaw has 9.
I'm on 13.
Long?
I have 8.
8.
Got a 12.
And see, you got a 12.
I got a 6.
Who has the highest
Okay.
initiative?
So the order will be Crius, then Psycho, then Sia, then
No, me.
Mad God's at 13 also.
Mad God's at 13 also. Would you go before Sia?
Yeah, I got 12.
I go before Sia.
But I go before Mad God because I have a higher modifier.
Gotcha. All right, so Mad, then Sia, then
Wait, why-
Dagger, then Long,
These creatures, they probably have good constitution. Huh?
then Diamond, then Ed.
Well-
I do have an important question to ask DM.
Yeah.
Whenever I cast Thunder Boom, or whatever the name of the spell
Wave.
is, Thunder Wave, can I just shout Fusroda?
You're welcome to
Yes!
shout Fusroda. That would be delicious.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Hello, Twitch. Yes, I am a filthy Skyrim player.
Everyone loves Skyrim. What are you talking about? It's the most popular game in the world, probably.
It doesn't- I
With
don't
the
know.
mods.
With mods. Oh, yeah. You got to have hundreds of mods to make it, like, a good
Hate
game.
Skyrim.
Vanilla Skyrim's kind of shit, to be honest. Like, they always make kind of a half-finished, half-assed product, but the base of a game allows the modding community to take all of the effort of thousands of modders and cram it into this shitty engine from, like, 1998 and make it awesome.
Yeah. Who
That makes
bought
sense.
Bethesda? Yeah, was it Microsoft who bought out Bethesda?
Recently?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. When was that? Because I know Bethesda did an awesome job with Morrowind, especially for the time.
Yeah, Morrowind was good. I enjoyed all of their games. Oblivion was fun. Skyrim was great. I played the hell out of that. I built my entire computer that I'm using right now just to play Skyrim.
My 2 favorite games: Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76.
Oh,
I'm gonna be sick.
Some people like it.
oh my god.
You have to say trigger warning before that. You say that, Mad God.
Exactly.
Obviously, I'm lying.
I feel like I
No,
just witnessed
no,
my own
it's
birth.
canon
That sounds-
now.
Hey, Ninja.
Yeah.
What distance are those giants from us now?
They are far.
Could I interest anyone in a game of Gwent?
You beat the one sneaking up behind you by 7, so I'll give you 70 feet of distance.
70 feet.
A giant can probably close that distance in a turn. So at the end of the initiative, when they go, they're going to be on you. So at the top of the initiative, Morcan, you reacted first. You
I throw a fireball at the one dude.
well, hang on.
that's, yep.
If this is the initiative that things actually like happen, like as soon as you're aware giants are coming, they're like already en route to you. You said you wanted to make a bonfire so people had light. That would technically be your action for this turn, because this is all happening
it?
like immediately. You wouldn't have
thought
had
they
any.
I thought they reacted and started running because I made the alarm and created the fire.
They were sneaking up on you. They were within 70 feet, and then they started running when you detected them and started shouting. So there's very little time in there for you to do multiple things. So if that bonfire creation is going to happen, it has to happen as like your action.
I can see the giant though.
Oh yeah, you're well aware of where
I'm
they're at.
I'm shooting fireball on him.
Okay, so no bonfire, but you do have a fireball, and that'll probably ignite one of the giants, and that creates a certain amount
I'm
of
gonna.
light.
That's gonna be my bonfire right there.
Gotcha. All right.
Um,
Well, go ahead and roll to hit.
It's Dex 16 that he has to do.
Okay, so your fireball explodes, and he tries to jump out of the way of the blast, and I rolled an 8. He's got -1. So
He needs 16.
He's going to take that fireball directly to both of his faces.
Oh, that's right. It's both of them.
He's an
Yeah,
Enton.
The giants, they're not exactly known for their dexterity.
If I cast a spell on them, like a curse of some sort, okay? If it's an Enton, would it be 2 creature or 1 creature? Would I be affecting one head, not the other?
Ettins get advantage on a lot of things because they have 2 heads, but it's one of those DM fiat-y sort of things. If it makes sense, we'll just go with it. But in a lot of cases, if you can blind one of the heads, the other head will still be able to like allow him to see.
Do they have
I
advantage
assume
on
if you charm one head, the other head is still uncharmed.
Well, the way they do it mechanically is they get advantage against all of those things. It'll work sometimes.
What about intelligence checks?
Yeah, well, a lot of what they're getting advantage against is like going to be intelligence or wisdom checks, like things that make you frightened, deafened, blinded, charmed, stunned, knocked unconscious. Any of that stuff that affects one mind is having a hard time affecting both.
How's tabletop coming, Ninja?
Unfortunately, Steam has shit the bed. It is connecting Steam account ... So we're all doing this in our heads. Use your psychic powers and imagine with all of your might that you are standing in the mountains with a giant with 2 heads running at you.
2.
22. But I got a bunch of 1s. Is there something I can do to re-roll those?
No.
Maybe a class ability. Don't you have something that says like when you do elemental damage, it like lets you re-roll it?
I'm not a like a sorcerer, so I don't know that I have those.
It was maybe a fire cleric thing. Let me quickly look into my notes.
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not.
It would be nice. I have to take a look at the level unlocks. Maybe that's one, but probably not. Anyways, 22 damage, fire damage to the 2 heads, and a giant explosion of fire, and something that probably starts screaming.
22 damage. The Etten has a disgusting stained loincloth made of animal furs that sort of goes up and has a strap that goes up over his shoulder and around the back, caveman style. All of that begins to burn up with a foul stench immediately as your fireball erupts around him, burning nearby rocks, blasting them blackened and burning the Etten himself. He lets out a roar as that's quite painful. It did a lot of damage. Hefty chunk of his hit points.
Then I run towards Morg and I hide behind him while I shake him to wake up.
Okay, so your shouts and your shaking will give him advantage to wake up. So next in line, Psychofrog.
Okay.
Laying in a
What do you
prone
want?
position in the campsite. An Etten is
I'm going
roaring and
to-
charging in.
Stand up as I watch the fireball streak towards one of the Ettins.
Who is on fire like a Roman candle right now.
Nice. Am I seeing any armor on him?
He does not appear to be armored, but his skin is thick like rock, with cracks and a layer of dusty mud caked onto it, giving it a broken up rock-like rhinoceros skin appearance.
I'm gonna give it a shot anyways. I'm gonna use the sniper shot and try to shoot one of the heads.
Oh, I did not mean that.
That was a horrible roll. 11 to hit. Probably is a miss.
So your shot hits his natural armor and just breaks on his skin.
Nice.
A poison would be good. I don't know how much of constitution they have though.
They're giants. They probably have stupid high constitution.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
I'm
say.
not. I don't have poisoner yet, so I'd have to take a full action just to.
To apply.
I do have
Why?
poison
Yeah.
spray, but I don't think
gets
that'll be
gross.
very effective against these.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably-
So, bonus action. I'm trying to remember what spells I have that might be bonus actions. Give me a second.
They
I
are
don't have my
giants
normal-
though, so I might have a plan.
Hunter's Mark and Entangle.
Nah.
I need them
Yeah, I'm
closer.
not going to use any bonus actions. So, pass. Did you get the dagger mouse on a 9 initiative?
Yeah.
Ninja? Okay. Yeah.
Okay. After Psych Frog Mad, what do you do?
Have I been woken up?
You heard the shouting.
You're showing us all the stats of this guy.
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, we see them all. I'm plus 12, I see.
I got nothing else to show
just-
off. It's basically
just
this or
missed.
nothing. Just missed.
Alright. So I'm gonna, like, do a ultimate super somersault flip and end up standing up because I'm just so cool, yeah. How far away are they from us? 70 feet, you said?
Yeah.
Well, I can't do anything then. I'm nowhere near range. I'm going to... I'm gonna ready my action to, I guess, attack anything that comes within range.
Okay. Yeah, they're gonna have to charge in to get to you. After Mad Soul.
Okay. We're not surrounded. Well, these are giants. They're not gonna snitch on me, right?
Oh, probably not. Who are they gonna tell?
Good.
They're gonna tell the Hedgekins?
Who are they gonna call?
Ghostbusters. Okay. I want to
Break
shoot
free.
my scary bow at one of them.
Okay.
Which ones can I see? So I-
There's one that's
back
on
here.
fire. The other one's in the dark and is sneaking. You probably aren't aware of that one. But the one that's on fire and roaring, easy to take aim at.
All right. I want to shoot that one.
Take your shot. Pew pew.
1, 2.
You said this it was 70 feet far, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You using a short bow or a long bow?
Short bow.
Isn't that range 60 feet? You could move closer.
80 out of 320, it says.
I guess I'm wrong.
He's got an 80-foot bow. It might have extended range or something. Or it could just be the Grit and Glory stats. Always
Maybe it's
compare
wrong.
against Grit and Glory stats and not the regular ones. Because that's what my random generator uses, not the traditional 5e weapon stats.
20 plus.
I've just realized I totally could have attacked them.
Are you fast enough to cover 70 feet and still attack?
Well, I've just realized I could have dashed as a bonus action.
The 15 hit.
Yeah. So you take aim, you fire, it hits the flaming giant. How much damage does that shot do?
Hold up. New subclass. I want to use this ability. I had it pulled up. Where the fuck did it go? Okay, never mind. I'll wait till next turn. Okay. If I'm proficient, I have my proficiency bonus to the attack, right?
Yes.
All your attacks are generally going to be your proficiency bonus, which it's like 3 right now. And then you add your stat that you're going to use. With range attacks are always dexterity, or almost always. And then if the weapon is magic, you'd get to add a bonus for that too. Or sometimes Masterwork will give you a bonus, like +1 to hit, but not to damage.
You should try to restart your Steam again. And
Yeah, I
try to
guess
force
so.
it to log.
It's fucking annoying.
That's what I had to do. I had to click on attempt to like relog on it a few times.
I think you're gonna have to go into Task Manager and close all instances of Steam. Like there could be some of them hiding in the background, which is preventing you from logging in.
Think so?
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, it did happen to me. I had to try it 3-4 times to make it work.
Getting this bounty. Seems to be working now. Give me a second to boot it back up.
Can I change my turn now that I've realized that I can dash as a bonus action, or is it too late?
Yeah, once we have the map up and actual figurines on there, we'll definitely maybe change things around a little bit depending on how the scenario unfolds.
Cheers.
I'm really tempted to do some PC upgrades. I've been playing too much PC Builder. I really want to like build a new computer.
Oh, it's tempting. It is so tempting.
Also, since I started with the scary bow, doesn't it have something that I remember I named the scary bow for a reason?
It's advantage on intimidation. So you take aim at somebody and you brandish the bow and you say like, "I'll kill you where you stand with my bow if you don't." Blah 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 blah, and then
And that's
you roll your intimidation roll, and they might be scared by the opportunity that you have to shoot them.
That's that would be a charisma check for them, no?
Generally, intimidate is a charisma check. You're like trying to bluff that like they'll die if they don't fold to what you want, to your demands.
You really should give it a try.
I like to think that it essentially adds those like little menacing symbols from JoJo, where they just come out of nowhere, just go menacing, menacing, menacing. Oh my god, it's so menacing.
Yes.
Alright, that is my turn. There really is no distance I can move because I can't really.
Are you really walking towards me? JoJo walk.
The only way I can only beat the shit out of you if I get closer.
No, it's I can't beat the shit out of you without getting closer.
Oh, I got it.
I've been watching a bunch of Hokuto no Ken lately. That's like the precursor to JoJo. Like when they made JoJo, they were trying to copy the character design from Fist of the North Star. So
I was just about to say, isn't that Fist of the North Star?
it sure is. Hokuto no Ken.
Hey, I can get into the server.
Omae wa no shinderu.
Have you guys watched was it Squid Games?
I watched some of it. Yeah.
No, I have not. But I have seen Reincarnated as a Spider episodes 13 through 24 recently.
Do you mean as a slime? Or is there a new show about spiders?
There's one about a girl being reincarnated as a spider in a...
Yeah.
Gotcha. I think I heard about that one, actually.
It's actually pretty neat. It's got a lot of dark undertones in the latter part of the episodes, but man, is it well done.
I like
And
a
the
good dark
cuts
anime.
off, exactly. Anime
Oh,
cuts
if you
off.
like dark anime, the Rising of the Shield Hero is a good one for you.
Yeah, I watched that one. I dug that one. I liked Into Abyss. Talk about dark. Like, those little girls get fucked up.
Squid
like-
Game is a little dark.
It's like all these cute little anime girls, and they just die horribly. It's like, oh shit.
Oh, Black Bullet. Oh god.
The one where little girls get shot by a tank missile or something.
No, I can't remember exactly, but yeah, there was a lot of kid death in Black
Yeah.
Bullet.
This
Alright.
is exactly
They
the
were at
kind of
school.
gravity I left.
Color
Drama
change.
Spider
I
so
have
well.
yet to see Black Butler.
First season's alright, the second season it all just goes downhill in favor of edgy tones.
What was the chainsaw guy's name? The one who people have shipped Sebastian with.
Grell, I think.
I mean-
Yes, Grell. I like characters. I like Grell's character design.
So who are we missing on tabletop?
What
It's
do you
like a
mean,
frog.
Yeah, still can't find you. Hey, you finally showed up.
Yeah, everybody else got in. You should be able to.
You
I
know, all these address pop up and permission. I find that it seems to be lagging the loading of the game.
There's like Mad and Long both have incredibly high pings, so
Yeah, I'm canceling all that.
it's gonna be a
Yeah, well,
problem.
Oh, by the way, apparently my health is supposed to be at 45. I just did an update to my character sheet on the character sheets that you sent us in Google Excel.
You have to open the menu on your figurine, and then you can increase your maximum through the menu there.
I
Right.
thought you said you rolled for HP, which was why your health was so low.
No, it's not him. It's someone else.
That might be the case, but I really could use more health.
Hi. Oh, there we are. That was on the map, I guess.
So now I can pull out an actual battle map, put the Etten on it, and you guys can park yourselves in the middle there.
Ooh,
Hey, we're there from last time.
which means you've got duplicates.
Ruh-roh.
Oh no. Oh no.
Guess you forgot to take your figurines off this one when it got saved. Yeah, if you got duplicates, get rid of your old ones, replace them with the new ones, and then I'll resync the panel.
I don't have permission.
We put our initiative, I guess, in this. They need to be resetted.
Okay, do the reset.
Oh, there's a snake.
Who's the snake? You a snake?
Alright, so as long as using a new figurine.
Don't forget, if anyone wants range attacks, you just gotta hop on the cart and use the automatic ballista.
Oh,
Well, not ballista, but you know. The Stop messing with my thing. God damn it.
Rotate your damn. I'm trying to rotate your thing because it's not like in line with the direction Dagamore is facing. Let me be OCD.
Oh, trust me, you don't know OCD until you've met Pig. Oh, wait a minute, did you ever meet Pig Needle, man?
Yes, I knew Pig Needle.
Have you talked with him lately?
Nope, but I am still marked as one of his important people in his own server, so. Yay.
So if anybody's
Said he would
played,
be, he's trying to get time together to start up a campaign.
Oh boy. Probably the same old Salt campaign he's always trying to start.
Well, that was actually a decent campaign that he had set up. There's only one problem.
Ziggy?
Yeah.
How do I have more health than Long? Something sounds wrong about that.
Well, he's got levels in Druid. A lot of levels in Druid. It's only a D8.
Depending on what he leveled up in. Long, did you do the average or the die roll? Silence.
Long.
He must be gone.
AFK?
who?
Long.
I don't know.
Okay, so the way this is, there's not enough space on the board. This one is accurate. He is in the 4 squares just beyond the map there. This guy is 35 extra feet off the map, so he's further than he appears.
Oh.
There you are.
So which one took damage?
Apparently, my headphones weren't plugged in like half a centimeter, and that caused my microphone to not work. Interesting. Okay.
Right. Did you do your health from the previous level up?
Wait, we're level 7 now?
Level
No.
6.
No.
Yeah, 6.
Only one of you gained a level. Nobody else got a level from that. It was only
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
level
go
6. My
only if
HP
you
is
were a
pretty
level
low.
behind everyone else did you gain a level from the mines. Which I think was Sia and Diamond.
Enemy.
How do I change my HP on the thing above my head?
You open the menu and then it's got
It's got
Configuration.
max on it. The
max.
first
Actually, yeah, max above
There's a-
max R.
there's an arrow that goes right or left.
It's towards the bottom there.
So what's your HP meant to be?
51.
It's more like it.
There you go.
Yep. And he gets double that when he's in his wild shape form because it's technically considered as temporary hit points.
How many wild shape
It's
forms
not,
do you get
It's not
per
like
rat?
yours though. We get 2. per
2
short
so
rest.
far.
It is always 2 unless you reach level 20. Then you get unlimited. It's not like barbarians where
your-
you get.
I thought
where
your
you
Circle
get
of the
more.
Moon allotted you more, though.
No. I think it lets me stay in the form slightly longer though. I don't remember.
It lets him change form
I
as a
know it
bonus.
lets me be like higher CR stuff. Forget
Yeah,
what the fuck he
that
did.
much is correct, yes.
I don't think it actually gives you more though.
All right, where are we
Lets
at
me-
with
lets
the
me wild
initiative?
shape as a bonus
Did
action
everybody
instead of
enter their
magic.
initiative on the little initiative tokens?
Oh, right.
Oh,
I can use
no.
magic
crap.
spells. I can use spell slots to heal while in wild
There
shape
we go.
form as a bonus action.
So Krios had 21, Diamond had 6, Sia had 12, Psycho had 13, Dagger had 9, Long had 8.
Yeah, it doesn't give me any extra like castings of wild shape though. And it doesn't last longer.
Morg, you need initiative on the table.
And
right,
somebody
got it.
change Sia's to 12, please.
Mine is 8 from the Discord rolls.
Bam. And the Ettins are still last, so that's fine.
Hey, I was in the middle of changing. Seers.
What happened to the table? All my math is gone for selling loot.
The crossbow is not helpful. It is pointed in the wrong direction.
You
didn't give me the- You didn't give me the time to change freaking Seers.
These Ettins were smart. They were like, "There's a crossbow in that cart. Well, let's avoid it."
Maybe you were changing it while it crashed and it didn't update. That's a bummer. Do the math again.
You'll have to press refresh or something because I can't interact with these buttons anymore.
Where are we at?
Don't you hate having to redo the same thing you just did? God damn it.
You pressed it like
How do I move?
immediately as soon as you said someone changed Sol's number. Okay, and I'm pressing the button. What?
Well, I could redo it if you want to redo it. Reset.
Redo it. I'm pretty sure that he comes before Diamond, doesn't he?
What?
What? We're doing it again?
He was supposed to have 12.
12.
We're all redoing it. Put your initiative in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so his is in Morg.
How'd you move a bag? This
Got
bag's in the way and I want to move it.
Varenzo,
Which
what's your
bag
initiative?
Where?
Down.
There we go. I found out. Oh.
What's Varenzo's initiative and Daggermaw?
It's in.
13 and 9.
I just did it.
You have to do it again.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I put it in. It's
I thought it was
13
3.
for you and 9 for Daggermaw.
All right, is everybody's initiative accurate now?
Yes.
Morg? Is Morg in?
He's got an 8 if you want to input 8 on
Oh,
his.
did you guys change it?
Yeah, well, Mad God didn't like that Sia's was knocked down to 5, so we
Alright, go ahead. Do it
reset
again.
it. There we go. The Ettins continue to be dead last, as they should be.
I mean, we're not re-rolling it, are we?
No. We're just entering the initiative that we were already in. So let's try to replay what we did. So Grimorn cast a fireball. Did you move from where you're at in order to hit this Ettin with the fireball?
Yes, I saw boat. I could see. I was in line of sight for boat at the beginning because of the perception. So I shot my fireball there, and then I moved around the tent to go and oops, grab 2 people
You took Traxxas with you.
over here behind Morg and shaking him to wake up.
All right, so place yourself where you were at the end of your turn, and then Psychofrog. You had taken a shot at the same one.
Yeah. So I guess I just have to. I stood up and I guess I hopped on the back of the Kenken cart so I can see him.
Okay. And then Mad God, you wanted to change your turn. So where did you go and what did you do?
Well, I wanted to get closer to the enemy. So I want to use, since we've established that body equilibrium gives me dash as a bonus action for free. Yay!
You only get it the once though, and you got to maintain the concentration. So if you do any concentration effect, it overrides it.
How long does it last? You said all day.
Well, it's concentration. When you get hit, when you take damage, is when it runs out. If you fail your concentration check.
And I get it at the end of a long rest?
At the end of a long rest, you get it back. So you want to maintain it for as long as possible. You don't want to take any damage while it's active, and you can keep it going.
But once you've done this rest, I get it back, right?
Once you take a rest, then you have the ability to use it again.
Yeah.
But it's got to be a long rest. Once per long rest.
So 5, 10, 15, 45. Yep, using all of my movement, I can get over to this guy.
Mhm.
I'm going to attack him twice, and I can't use a bonus action because I just used it to dash, so I'll attack him twice. Can I see him? Is he lit on
He
fire?
is clearly lit on fire. You're punching a flaming end.
Great.
Did it take a arrow though? Like I'm just wondering. It took the 22 fire, but I thought
The arrow missed by 1.
Yes,
It bounced
the
off
giant's
his hard skin.
Right.
the giant's weakness, an arrow to the knee.
Unfortunately, it hit his nipple and bounced off.
oh,
I got 23. Is that exceptional?
deflected on the nipple ring.
Yeah, it is.
As if I have to ask the friggin' thing was on your screen. The fuck am I doing here? Sorry, just give me a second. My brain has to adjust.
Math is hard.
Math is hard. Okay, so I got a 3 and a 4. 7. 11 damage.
Okay. Punch, punch.
That's the first attack, and I'm going to attack again because of extra attack. Oh, fuck off.
I hope you know if you
I
stay
know.
over there, you gonna die.
Okay, so your second punch, somehow the Etten sidesteps it and it doesn't land.
I got a nat 1. What are the...
Yeah. What's the grit and glory card here, Ninja?
Go on,
Let's
punish
find out.
me. I know you want to.
You don't have a weapon
Oh,
equipped, so it didn't break.
Daddy.
No, I do.
He's
I'm
got
using-
his crook.
I'm attacking with a crook, a
Uh,
staff.
Does it have the fragile property?
Well, it's one that I just added to my character, so
A crook is basically like a wooden quarterstaff with just a hook at the end.
If you don't know, I'm going to assume, yes, it's got the fragile property, and that means it's got a -1/-1 until you repair it.
all right.
All right, so the effect of your Grit and Glory epic fail is you lose your grip as you attack. Roll a DC 10 dexterity check. On a failure, you drop your weapon at your feet. But if you succeed on the DC 10 dex check, you catch it as it flips around in the air.
And it looks fucking cool.
And then you're like, I meant to do that.
Nope.
No, you didn't mean to do that. All right,
I
it
dropped
lands. It lands on the ground.
Damn these buttery palms!
You attempt some epic, and it fails.
And you cracked it.
You're not fully
Cracked down the middle.
You're not fully awake yet.
My rolls don't
It's
like
a
me. So,
stumble.
yeah. I need coffee. I need my morning coffee.
Right. Woken
Why
up
does-
so
Why
rudely.
does my why does my coffee
Nah,
taste like 108 octane gasoline?
Then on
Yeah.
the plus side, we have a set of woodcarver's tools now, so we actually do have the equipment on the cart to fix it.
What is Soul
we
gonna
have
do?
mending cantrips.
All right, so you are suddenly awoke with the sound of alarm and fireballs exploding. What do you do? Oh, you're muted, Sia.
And deafened.
Muted and deafened. He
And-
can't even hear me talking, can
Yeah.
Are you playing it?
No. He just thought everybody just got hella quiet and was taking a nap.
he? Okay, so what happens is Soul sleeps right through the alarm. He lays there quietly. He's having a pleasant dream. He thinks there's
Da-da-da.
like a sexy lady in his bed, but it's really just Daggermaw licking his face, trying to wake him up.
Licking his face, eh?
Okay, so after Sia, Daggermaw.
Jaggermouth's gonna go, and she sees this guy here, even though he's behind us. Well, smells him anyways, because I assume he smells really nasty.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And is gonna move back here. She's only using 10 of her movement, so she still has 20 in reserve.
Okay.
And she's gonna start going bork, 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 bork at this Etten. If he gets within 20 feet, she's gonna do her charge attack.
Okay. Okay. Ready to action.
Ready to action charge attack, which requires 20 feet from her.
Okay, so that gives me 10 feet to work with.
Long, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
That's what his parents asked him as soon as he turned 18.
Keep in mind you were unconscious when this starts,
Am
so
I-
you're
am I-
probably prone.
I'm prone. Okay. I use half my movement to get up. So I have 15. I will. If I use it now, like if I use half my movement now and I wild shape, and then my large hyena form has 50 feet of movement instead of 30.
You would have
So
half
it's
of
only
whatever your new
50?
movement is when you transform. So just divide what your
okay.
new movement is.
So I would have 25 then. Okay. Uh,
Man, I wish I had a wall of flame.
Yeah, I will get up and then I will run and transform into my large hyena form. And go here.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Morg charges in. Traxxas, what are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna.
When he moves, change shape form there. Like, do you lose the health bar and everything on it?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm gonna make my way over here. I believe I can. Ah, that's bull crap.
I wonder if
And
you
I
could
will start
inject both.
forward.
You might be able to inject your second state. I'm not sure if that would fuck it up though.
Probably
there's only a way to
not.
try it.
So that's six. That's 6 squares. So I'm going to, as a bonus action, also take my form.
But I mean, I don't really need to. I already put all my stats inside the description, so if you just left click it, you can
Yes.
see everything.
What is the scale of the box? Is it 10 feet?
These boxes should be 5-foot squares.
5 foot.
Right, and then I'm going to tell everybody, wait until I complete this spell. If it works, we might just be able to make them turn on each other. And then I will ready an action to use Suggestion on the Seton as soon as it gets within 30 feet.
Okay. After Traxxas, the Etten moves. He's gonna cover 40 feet with his first movement. He was an extra 35 feet this way, so that puts him there. And then he goes 5, 10, 15.
Work.
At this
Bork.
point, he's within reach, and so are you. So I guess your action triggers,
Right.
you charge in.
I had my action set for 30 feet. So my suggestion would go off before
That's fair.
Daggermaw would make his charge.
You have a point. So when he's at the 30-foot mark, you cast your spell. I roll a save. It's wisdom-based, right?
It is wisdom based, but it is not charm. It is an enchantment. So he does not get advantage on it.
What is its effect?
Basic, I guess, I guess it could be considered mind control, but I mean, come on, seriously. I looked at it and I was just like,
What was it? The command spell?
Trying to metagame.
the suggestion spell.
You
Suggestion.
metagame? You're gonna get punished, boy.
I just have to look at the rules of the spell. It's real important to follow the letter of the law there.
It's specific according to the Etten. If it's the standard Etten from the player's
Okay,
handbook.
so I am looking at this,
specific
and
to
it says
charm.
creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect. So
He can be charmed. He does get advantage, though. I'm pretty sure.
right.
Because one of
But
his
he
heads will
does-
say, "Don't listen to him."
Well, that's the thing. The suggestion is like, hey, your other head said that you're an ugly bastard and that you'd rather be alone than with you.
So what was the
Kill
wording
him.
of your
Long suggestion. Yeah.
what was the wording of your spell? You wanted him to kill himself?
Well, I'm thinking either kill himself or
I'm pretty sure the spell
Kill.
specifically says that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Like the
Okay,
course of
I
action
can-
has to sound reasonable to the creature, or of course he's not going to do it. You're
I can
suggesting,
have him.
not commanding.
I can have him kill
He's
his
not killing
friend.
himself, he's killing someone else.
I could be like, hey, your friend's gonna betray you, and you're not gonna get any food from this. Your friend is gonna.
I'm going to go with exactly what you said, and it fails for exactly that reason. That like
oh come on!
Unless
Not
you're talking
only-
about like the one like on the other end of like the ambush.
not only does he roll a 17 and a 20 with advantage, but based on the wording of the spell itself, it wouldn't work. So
Okay, well, I
he-
mean, I'll take the dice as feasible enough because
fate
it needed to
decrees
be
it.
defeating.
The
Bork,
dice
bork,
say
bork,
so,
bork, bork.
and then the bork bork.
Yeah.
Work.
What?
All right, make that attack
Hey,
roll.
see ya, welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Sia. We skipped
You're-
over your
you're
turn.
unconscious.
You can go after the dog here.
All right, understandable.
So what do you
Here
got?
comes the attack.
And we're giant.
24, so exceptional, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so that's a D6, D8, plus 7.
All right, he's my ready action.
I'm gonna
Fight him.
reroll the 3. No, so that was better. So 18 damage,
All right.
and I need to just double check one quick thing. What size category is he?
He is
Large.
size large.
Okay, he has to make. I believe that works on large size. Give me one quick sec.
Strength save or be knocked
Oh.
prone?
Yeah. Yeah, strength save.
21. He does not get knocked prone.
Yeah. He is getting aggressively gnawed on the ankle though.
Mm. He stumbles a bit. He doesn't go down.
That's 12, right?
After that soul, you're laying there. You were woken up to the sound of a fireball exploding and a roaring giant. What do you do? It's half your movement just to stand up.
I want to take my bow and I want to fire an arrow at one. Is the stream open finally? Yeah, there we go. All right.
So here's you on the right. Here's the Etten on the left. This is not the one that's on fire. The one on the far other side is on fire, but he's hard for you to see from where you're at.
Yeah, we can
Actually,
hear you.
you can't
Had it ready, like-
you can't see the Etten, but you can hear the sounds of battle because I don't think there's any light source over there. You have to imagine it's very dark right now.
Is there one Etten left?
There's two. The other one's on fire. You could see him, but you'd have to probably move to get a bead on him.
Also,
The-
somebody might want to go and grab Mad before he gets himself killed.
Let's see here. If you want to draw a line to this Etten here that doesn't cut through a rock, you're gonna have to move here, which is doable. You could hop across the log and next to the fire and around the tent and then put yourself here before you take this shot. So technically, you woke up like next to the log there. So you're. Your initial movement could be like 5, 10, and then 15 would put you here. And then you could shoot at the one that's on fire over there. He's got more damage than the other one. Plus, this one is visible because he's on fire.
Long had a ready action to bite this one, by the way.
We'll have to come back to it.
All right. I
By
want
the
to
way,
shoot at it with
Psycho,
my-
isn't that the toad icon from Talisman?
What's that?
Isn't your Steam profile picture the toad icon from Talisman?
Yes.
I
No.
figured as much.
All right. I want to shoot at it with my bow, but I want to use an arcane shot because I put the archer. In
Oh, you took arcane archery, so you're casting a spell into your arrow as you fire it, huh?
Yes. Wait. Who's that guy in front of the giant?
Me.
Oh, okay. Thought it was some random NPC.
He's being very courageous over there on his own. But the vagina's on fire.
I want to shoot a grasping arrow at the giant.
Did anyone else hear him say the vagina is on fire?
I might have. I might have.
Sorry, it wasn't just me, was it?
Maybe it was my subconsciousness talking. You know.
That's what the grasping arrow does. I sent it in there. So.
That vagina is
The-
fire.
Yeah, it's on fire.
Might want to see a doctor about that burning itch.
He did light the loincloth on fire.
Yes. Did you hit? What was your number?
Let me see. D20 plus 6. 12.
Yeah, 12 barely hits, but it hits.
Yeah. All right. I want to shoot at it with a grasping arrow. I think that's how you pronounce it. I am pronouncing it right. Yes.
Grasping arrow.
All right, this is a new
Yeah.
ability for you. Tell us how it works. What does it do?
All right, this one. When an arrow strikes its target, conjuration magic creates a grasping poisonous bramble which wraps around the target. The creature hit by the arrow takes 2d6 extra poison damage. Its speed is reduced by 10 feet, and it takes 2d6 lasting damage the first time on each return it moves 1 foot or more without teleporting. The target or any creature that can reach it can use its action to remove the brambles on a successful strength athletics check against your Arcana shot DC. Otherwise, the brambles last for 1 minute or until you use this option again.
What's your spell DC?
My spell DC is. Open up Chrome.
Is that intel for you?
14.
14? All right. Make a note of
That's
that.
for someone else to remove it, though.
So you said if he moves, the brambles do 2d6 damage?
Yes.
And
You're an arcane archer now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he chose.
Okay, does it do the extra d6s just because you hit with the arrow?
The creature.
Or does he get a save against that initial damage?
I think that's just extra 2d6, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the good thing too is that even if he cast a spell for that, no one was looking at him.
Yeah. Okay, well, roll all that damage then. Your arrow does its regular arrow damage, and then you add your bramble damage from the spell as well.
1d6. So that would be 10 for the normal shot.
Which book is Arcane Archer in?
Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Gotcha. All right.
So 16 damage.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Nice. And it has a grasping effect.
If it moves 1 foot for, I think it's, wait, is it for every, on each turn, it moves 1 foot? Yeah, every time it moves a foot or more without teleporting, it just takes 2d6 extra damage.
The first time it does that.
How many times a day can you do that?
An arcane shot, let me see.
Once per turn.
Cool.
How many times total?
As much as he likes, as long as it's once per turn.
No,
Yeah,
that's
it's-
broken.
No, hang on. You decide to use the option unless you have 2 uses of this ability and you regain them when you finish a short or long rest. Ah, sorry.
Okay. If he got to add 2d6 points of damage and speed reduction every time he shot an arrow, that would be so
Well-
insane.
Twice per day is still pretty good.
Oh yeah. But if it was every turn forever, it would be broken.
The first time it moves on each turn a foot or more.
You do that on a caster. That would really piss them off. Well, actually,
funny
they could
part
maybe
is-
teleport himself.
The bramble around it that reduces the speed, only someone else can remove it.
You do that on a Dex nerd.
It's a strength, I think.
Yeah.
Every
which
time
would
It's the
probably
target
do-
or any creature that can reach it.
The first time on their turn they move at all, they take 2d6, and it's for each turn they decide to move.
What is the strength check that it needs to
Whatever his spell
roll
The
DC
for?
is.
athletics, it goes against my spell DC, which would be
So
14.
14. Yeah, and they would have bonus because they're huge. They'll have a higher strength.
Yeah, he'll have an easy time ripping it off. He'll probably do that before he
Hmm.
moves.
We really
But
need
it
to get
needs an
some.
action.
We gotta dissect these creatures.
No, but it's great. It's great because he has to use his action in order to do it, which means he can't use his action to try to put out the flames.
And
There
if
might-
he fails, that's a wasted action.
Anytime he wastes his action, it means he's not attacking Tarut.
Sia, you said your DC is 14.
Yes.
What's your intelligence modifier?
My intelligence is
Plus 3,
13.
right? No, if it's 13, isn't it like
Yeah.
8 plus proficiency is 3 plus 13 would give you plus 1?
Yeah. So it's
14.
12, not 14. Remember,
Yeah.
your spell save DC for your arcane archer abilities is going to be based on your intelligence, not off of your charisma, where your bard abilities are. So you're going to have 2 different spell save DCs.
Oh, so the one for arcane. Okay, that's based off of yeah.
Intelligence.
If you don't want to be a bard, I'm pretty sure Ninja would let you rework your character a bit.
So Arcane Archer might not be a good build for you if Charisma is your high stat. If you've only got 13, then you're not gonna get the full use out of that class.
Yeah, it's your intel that you need to bring up.
Although there is an item for that. You could get a like a headband of intellect, and that'll bump your int up to +4 immediately, which is all you need really.
Is there like one item per stat that pretty much raises your stats? Up
You
to-
would wish that that was true, but really the headband of intellect is the only one like that. There's
there's-
the strength one.
Strength.
Strength and
and
intelligence.
There's
Constitution.
there's a Constitution one.
Doesn't that
there's a
just give you
Wisdom one.
advantage though? I thought the Constitution one only gave you
No.
advantage.
No, the I think it's the belt of the dwarf, and it gives you like a
Yeah.
high constitution, but it transforms you slowly into a dwarf.
Okay, so there's not a wisdom or charisma item like that, and there's not a dex item like that. They intentionally left those out of the 5th edition.
Oh, actually, oh well, I don't. Shit, I don't even know if people know. We have we identified the staff that we found?
Nope.
Yeah,
know it's
the Vorpal
magical.
staff.
Oh, the Vorpal.
Yeah, the Vorpal staff.
Okay,
Yeah,
did.
we
did.
we
Yeah, the
know
one I've
that
got.
for a while.
How you doing over there, Mad?
No, you don't have the Vorpal staff.
No, but I think
There
it lets you. Anyways, let's keep on fighting.
So, Sia, was that your damage? 6?
No arrow plus that'd be 16.
16. All right. He already had 33 damage. That puts him at 49. He lets out a roar of pain as your arrow actually finds one of the cracks in his tough hide and cuts through. And he's grasped by the brambles, which do a bunch of piercing damage and hold him in place a little bit. So then, let's see. Daggermaw went long. Did you do
Did 9
something?
damage.
You did 9
He
damage.
grabbed the other ankle and did 9 damage.
All right, so I haven't added
Yeah.
that yet, right? He's supposed to be at 27?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we should be caught up. Traxxas, you moved to here, right? So is it the Edenstern?
They just
No,
went.
I have not made a turn for this round.
No, we're
This is
still
still
in
the
the
same
first round.
Oh,
It's just taken forever because Steam was fucked.
So Soul went out. He went in the middle of the Etton's turn because we had skipped over him.
And you both had ready actions that you had prepared,
and
which
all
was
3 of us-
Daggermaw and Morg, and then you...
and Dragon. So all 3 of us had our trigger actions. So now they actually get to do their actual action.
So now the
That
Ettins get to go.
ends.
All right. The Etten with 27 damage over here. He roars and he flails both of his weapons with all of his might. The Etten looking to the left whips his attack at Morg. Oh, wait, it's not Morg in this. No, it is Morg. It is Morg. All right, he whiffs
It
his
is.
attack in the direction of Morg, and he gets nat 20. Holy shit.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Oh, I'm not raging.
Oh, you aren't raging? Oh, shit.
No, I transformed as my bonus action and used my action to ready an attack action.
That may have been a mistake.
Mm.
You need to give your giant hyena like a model thing for.
Well, I mean, he has basically a plethora of temporary
once
hit
we kill these
points.
guys and then go back to sleep, I
A
get my.
brutal stone battle axe hits your face and crushes your skull for 22 damage.
Oh.
Meanwhile,
Bite down even harder on his ankle.
meanwhile, Dagger Maw, a 19 to hit. That's
That
gonna
does hit the dagger maw.
It doesn't do nearly as much damage though. It's only gonna do 15.
What's their plus to hit, by the way? Just wondering.
It's plus 7.
Oh, okay,
Cool.
then they do exceptional damage too.
Yeah, they're tough.
AC
They hit
20,
hard.
It's 14.
We can kill them though.
Rerolls the one.
Aren't there like
Ouch.
debuffs
Wrong.
things
Why would
to
you
go-
subject yourself to more damage?
All right.
Because
Go ahead,
I'm
add
there.
6 damage to it. He does
Okay.
reroll that.
A little question regarding if I like when I'm casting a spell with my psionic ability there. What does it give me exactly?
It would let you change one of the damage dice into D8, which goes higher in
Okay.
level. So obviously, if you were to change it for a fireball, it wouldn't do anything other than turn the damage from 8d6 to like 1d8, which is horrible. But if you have like a spell, like a cantrip, which does like a d6, you can change that to a d8 of damage.
I thought it was just you could replace one of the damage dice with your psionic dice. So if he rolls
Yeah,
like a
but
1
it has
damage,
to
he
be-
replaces that one.
But it has to be an attack that uses the same stat.
Right.
So, what stat did
Yeah.
you use, Prius?
Well, it's wisdom.
Okay, yeah. So any of
Yeah.
your spell attacks would work.
So okay, so that's what I was kind of searching earlier. Like when I had these 3 ones, I was like, is there something? So it would have been a good opportunity to replace one of the ones with a
Yeah.
D8.
So that was the thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's got that.
I'll think about that next time for sure.
Yeah. Maybe like make a note about it. It's useful to have. It's useful to use.
Well. That's interesting. My damage just got a lot higher then.
Well, you got to watch out for
Well-
that. So the psionic dice wears out. If you roll max on it, it decreases to the next lower dice, and then eventually you can't use it anymore.
And you can only use it once per attack, so
Once-
you can't.
But
Like,
it's like once per turn, so it's not once per
Yeah.
attack.
sorry.
He gets like 4
Alright.
attacks. If it was once per attack, it'd be broken as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant like once per like attack phase.
Gotcha.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And then you also have a bonus action that comes with that feat, where once a day you can recharge it back up to its full value.
Mhm.
If you get it down to a D4, you can burn that once a day bonus action and bring it all the way back up to D8.
Yeah, and that's how you maximize your uses per day.
Okay.
But if you wear it all the way out, then you cannot use that refresh.
Until you rest.
So it doesn't go down to a D3
Okay.
or a
No.
coin flip.
D4 is the lowest. It goes right to nothing.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
so the
How much damage did Daggermaw take?
Eden hits Daggermaw for 15 damage.
Ouch.
Not quite as heavy as the axe that the giant hyena took, but still a heavy hit. Meanwhile, at
Yep.
the other end here, Taruk Lifetaker, you're going to get slammed from both sides as each Eden tries to slam you.
Each at
Oh.
I thought it's one.
It's an Eden.
With-
Each head is manipulating one arm. So he makes 2 attacks, one with each arm. So technically, it's each head is making 1 attack against you.
I thought it was one creature.
It is one creature with 1 pool of hit
One
points.
It's got multi-attack. It has a multi-attack. Just do it that way.
All right, so the head on the left with the axe swings at you. He's got a 25 to hit. I believe that's exceptional. He rolls...
No, it's not. I've got 17 AC.
No, it's not exceptional. All right, I'll go with his initial roll then, which is 15 damage. Ka-thunk.
Ow.
The other head, though, he's swinging on you with a Morning Star, and you easily evade that attack. It's an 11 to hit.
Yeah, no.
Okay. The Etten looks down at you and says, "Tiny meat." But he says it in giant, so unless you understand giant, you wouldn't understand what he says.
Nope, no idea.
Over at this end, this Etten here only continues to let out his high-pitched, pig-sounding roar of a battle cry as he flails. The Ettens end their turn. It goes back to the top. Creus.
Tiny meat, huh? We'll make it a giant barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta help him because. One second.
Nah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
I gotta move up to here.
He's got heals. He can heal himself.
Yeah, but he can't heal himself if he gets hit too hard at once. So.
That's true. That's true. You might get dropped. Critical hits are savage here.
I'm gonna use another level 3 fireball.
What, with me in range?
You're not gonna get hit by it.
You gonna use your cleric power?
No, it's a radius, so I can decide to hit it here, so he doesn't get hit by it.
You use a parabolic arc. You throw it over behind him, and then it hits him in the back, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha.
So you'll see like a flame just explode and a giant ball behind him and started catching him on fire.
It's like 90 feet on a fireball, isn't it?
I thought it was
150 feet.
150. So yeah, clearly within range.
Jesus.
He can like hit almost double that range.
Yeah, if I did a spell sniper or something like that. That would be like, what, 300 feet or something. Okay, so he has to roll a dex save, and then I'm gonna do my hits.
He's only 50 feet away right now. Twice that would be 100. He rolls with his -1. He gets a result of 1. He rolls a 2. He
Oh.
gets a 1.
Damn. Rolling the damage.
He's having a real hard time dodging those fireballs.
Okay, I'm gonna I have 29, and I'm gonna re-roll the 1.
Reroll the
What
1
a
with your
D8.
side dice. Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's
on,
28 plus. Oops.
Critical roll. Critical roll.
So it's 28 plus
Yep.
6.
All right.
34.
So 34.
34 damage. Boom!
That puts him at 83 damage, and he's barely clinging to life. I'm gonna say that 34
die already?
damage is not enough to make him roll a save. It's not half his health. But he felt it, and he is rocked. He did not expect to take 2 fireballs to the face today. Okay,
And
so
I yell in giant, won't you die already?
it was close. It was real close. Vrensa, what do you do?
Brent's is still aiming that way because that's what she did last time. Now Vrensa, I would say she's close enough to the fire that she's illuminated by the fire, correct?
You're in the firelight, yes.
Okay, perfect. I'm just making sure that Daggermaw can see Brenta.
Yep.
Okay, so she's gonna shoot that Etten again. Her last shot didn't work, so this time she's gonna be a bit more conservative and just use her normal attack.
Regular shot.
Uh, 23.
That'll hit. Exceptional.
All right, so it's a D8 plus 4 damage. You said exceptional.
By a little bit.
Oh, can I retcon something real quick? And I apologize because I need to do my actions in kind of reverse order. I wanted to put the hunter's mark on him as well.
Sure. Bonus action, hunter's mark, then take your shot.
Yeah, my apologies. I know it's a little out of order.
That's fine.
All right, so let me do the arrow damage first. So 10 arrow damage, and then the hunter's mark. Is an extra 6, so 16 damage total.
All right.
Which bad guy are you aiming at?
This one over here, right?
There you go.
What's that? No. The one that's on fire. Because she was still aiming
Okay,
in that
okay.
direction.
Okay. So you
Oh,
finish
that's-
the one
She
off.
tried to shoot last time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. So he takes a long distance shot, finishes this it, and the arrow goes through both heads at the same time because he was turned at an angle, and he goes cross-eyed in both eyes, both faces, and then he collapses.
All right, and then Daggermaw's going to use her bonus action to do coordinated attack and try to rip and tear at the ankle that she's biting. And misses somehow. Her
Can't get
teeth
through
just
that tough
skid right
skin.
off. All right,
All right.
and that's it.
Taruk,
Yep.
it's dead.
Damn it! I want to do that. Okay. So
well, he's technically making death saves. You could coup de grace him if you want.
He already got an arrow going through his two heads and exploded a few times in fireballs.
He's also on fire, which does 2 negative death saves as soon as the turn ends.
I want to. He's on his death saves. I want to end him.
He was
wanna
gonna
stop.
he was gonna make that death save. He was gonna get 2 negative ones from the fire, but he was gonna last a full turn. But you finish him off with your stomp instead.
Great. Did that take my action? Bonus action?
could
It
just
would
be
be an
crap.
action, I think, to coup de grace.
Yeah, it's an attack action. Coup de grace.
All right. Attack him then.
Grab your staff.
Yeah, attack him. Interaction to grab my staff, and then I run to my party. Dash as a bonus action. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 65.
Monks get bonus. Get
55, 90. There you go. 90 feet to get to there.
monks can dash as a bonus action.
He can.
Well, they can. If
Wait,
a monk wants to do it, they have to spend a key point. But I've got a psychic thing that lets me do it as
It-
Do it
concentration.
once a day, right?
It's
move yet?
concentration. He hasn't given up concentration. He hasn't taken
Oh.
damage yet. So as long as he maintains it, he maintains it.
If I
Nick,
take
Oh,
enough
that's
damage,
cool.
I lose it for the rest of the day.
The main thing is
Oh,
he can
that's
he can
sweet.
keep using it as long as he wants, as long as he never takes damage.
Oh, all
Not
right.
too
That's
much
kind of
damage.
slick.
Yeah, that's pretty much my turn. There's nothing within range that I can heal. I guess I could. No, I can't even use my
So
action.
it says here
Yeah.
when you make an attack that qualifies as an automatic critical hit against a defenseless target, you roll a regular attack roll. If you hit the target's AC minus their dexterity modifier, which would be like, regular 12, then the creature immediately dies. Like if they still had hit points, they would drop to nothing. But since he's already making death saves, he would just die.
Great.
Because it does it would do half of his hit points. He would take 42 damage from a coup de grace attack.
So if I have extra attack, and I used one action to attack this guy, and I used a bonus action to dash, can I use my second attack, even though it's a disadvantage, to throw a dart at this Etin? I'm just splitting my move. I'm just splitting.
Okay.
I think
To
so.
be able.
I think that is legal.
Problem is, darts only have a range of 20 feet, and 60 feet beyond that,
So
but a
it's
disadvantage.
disadvantage with the attack, but you can do it. It's an
Okay.
extra bit of damage. It might happen.
Oh, fuck. Hang on. Ignore that.
Oh, that's a hit.
Okay, now-
What? One
Nah,
thousand
did that hit?
advantage.
Yeah, that is hit.
What?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
not by
I
much,
will-
but enough to hit.
I will throw my dart. D6 plus 4. Actually, no, a D8 plus 4, because I can use my side dice.
Well, do you want to use your side dice right away?
Yes, because I got a 7.
Okay.
11 damage then.
I throw my dart at him. Suck my pointy thing. There you go.
A 7's actually better than an 8 on the side dice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Sia, what do you want to do?
See,
You're muted again.
it's like again.
Muted again.
Well, we can come back to him.
Music.
Oh, he just
Daggermaw,
rolled a 10. He missed.
did he?
Yeah.
Wasn't
Oh, no,
that
that
was a
was-
damage roll from earlier. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Dagger Maw will use her. Well, she doesn't really have any bonus action. She will just use her regular attack.
Okay.
And this time does bite through into the tasty meat underneath.
Okay. How much damage does your bite do?
A D8 plus 7.
Damn, that thing bites hard. Ka-chunk. 9.
Well, so what she has is she has a D8 is her base damage. Her strength is plus 3. She adds my proficiency bonus to damage rolls, and she's
Yep.
got the plus 1 collar.
It's nice. And it grows with time and effort, skill and levels. So long. You're right there. You see this bite happen on one ankle. You're on the other ankle. I suppose you're probably going to bite again as well.
I do. I bite with all my tiny effort with my broken jaw.
Your split face with an accident.
9!
Oh, God.
My jaw's too busted.
That is not your day.
Wait, what about my?
I thought you were gonna make a wish and like we each pull one
he's
leg
back.
in the opposite direction.
See us back. All right. So,
wait,
Soul,
wait.
what do you do?
Can I reckless attack? I know I'm supposed to probably.
Can I
do that,
move
like,
back over
before.
to the other Etkin?
The Etten,
Rage and reckless
the Etten that's still alive is over here being attacked by Daggermaw and giant hyena morg. So if you want to move in that direction, let's see here. That'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 would put you here, which gives you probably pretty good line of sight if you have a ranged attack or a spell you want to use. Got several allies nearby.
Okay.
Dissonant Whispers and Vicious Mockery.
Does it have resistance against that? That's the real question.
You gonna reposition
Oh,
yourself,
wait,
Long?
I was supposed to do that before attack.
You wanted to get that flanking bonus?
Yeah.
I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Yep, Shatner was in space.
Ninja?
All right. So, Dissonant Whispers as a wisdom save.
Yes.
I rolled pretty badly on it.
How bad is pretty badly?
Go into the stats here. He's got a modifier of 0. He did have advantage, but he only rolls a 9, so he fails.
Okay. Roll 3d6. 11 damage.
Okay. You assault his mind.
Okay.
You don't speak giant or orc, do you?
No.
I guess you just have to make rude gestures at him. He'll get the point.
Make rude gestures with my mind.
Well, I mean, Dissonant Whispers is like you're whispering things that are unsettling into his mind, but like he can't understand any of it. So you're just making like fierce, like your mom joke
Fingers.
gestures.
Side languaging how it feels to chew 5 gum.
All right, so
Also, I want to. I haven't used this ever, so I'm going to use it now. I want to action surge.
action surge, another action. What do you do with it?
I want to use a. I want to use a. Huh? What?
Could be an
Okay.
attack, a bonus action cantrip.
I want to use another arcane
Dash.
spell option. Use. That won't be useful. I want to use another grasping arrow.
Does that count as a spell for like the limitations of casting? Probably not, huh?
Does it count as? No.
No.
Does not count as a spell.
Let's see. An arcane archer studies a unique elven method of archery that weaves magic into attacks. At third level, you learn to unleash special magical effects with some of your shots. When you gain this feature, you learn 2 arcane shots. When you fire a magic arrow from a short bow or longbow as part of the attack action, you can apply one of your arcane shot options. I guess no limitations. Cool. That's fine. You use your other shot.
He only gets 2, right?
Yeah.
No more for him.
Wait, got a 20. 23. Does that hit?
Hang on. Don't you only have 1 level in this? You have to be 3rd level to have that.
Third level fighter.
He's 3 levels of fighter, 3 levels of bard.
Oh, okay. So when you hit 3rd level of fighter, then you take this prestige class. It's like arcane archer, and then you get that ability. Gotcha.
Perfect.
Okay.
Mhm.
I understand. How much damage was that?
No, that was to roll the hit. 23.
Yeah, it hits. It's exceptional. You add your extra 2d6 for the grasping arrow. It's gonna be a lot,
That's 12 for the normal arrow.
but I doubt you can do like 25 damage, which is what you gotta do.
2d6. 12 plus 9. That is
21
21.
damage.
Yeah.
Close. All right, he's staggered by the arrow, which hits him in a vital organ. He's about to keel over dead, but he's still got a few hit points to cling on to.
Can I use my bonus shot? Wait, no, it's almost dead. Never mind.
I think it's the Etton's turn, right? Or is it Traxxas' turn? I think it's Diamond's turn. Diamond didn't go. Diamond. Earth
Yep.
to Diamond. It's
I'm
you.
here. Well, I think the only thing, because it'll take an action for me to activate my staff, will it not?
Does it have verbal activation? Do you say an activation word? Or does it, like, what's the wording of the item? That's important to look at.
It says you can activate this ability 3 times a day. The weapon with cyan comes enhanced for 10 minutes, gaining a special killing strike on a nat 20 attack roll requires attunement. And since I've already been with it for more than a night, I would probably assume that I am attuned to it.
I'll say you can use your interaction to do that.
Okay. Would that detract from anything else? That's a main action, is
That
it
just
not?
means you can't also open a door or draw a weapon. It would use up your, like, free thing for the turn.
Okay, yeah. So I'll use... you know what? I'll save it. I'll use a 3rd level guiding bolt.
Overkill. Damn.
Well, he's got, like, 4 hit points, so he dies.
Oh, I
He
didn't
still has to hit.
realize...
That's
Let
the
him
hit.
roll.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. You might miss terribly with a crit fail, and a bunch of bad stuff will happen.
You know
We'll
what?
see.
Since I have a moment to retcon, I will retcon and just fire a free guiding bolt.
Free guiding bolt. Okay.
Now let me think. It's +5, so
How many of them do you get again?
I get a number of free ones equal to my wisdom modifier. So I have 3 free guiding bolts.
Nice.
Okay.
That's a good
What's
spell. You
your-
use that a lot. Comes in handy. Does a lot of damage.
I mean, 3d8
Boom!
for a first level
A
spell.
nat 20.
Nat 20
Oh god,
crit.
68.
Fucking light up
bolt.
the stars, open up, and eat the body.
Yes, the stars in my drakish body start to just glow brightly in the early moments of dawn, and just a massive beam of light just shoots through the Etton's chest, just leaving a hollow hole.
The Grit and Glory crit effect was it's also a disarm, but he dies, so of course his weapons fall out of his hand.
You Iron
I
Man
just
chest
linked
beam
a
the fuck out of
relevant
him.
comment.
I applaud at the light show.
Yeah. Okay.
Filthy creature.
The Ettins tried to ambush you in the night. They have a cave a little bit to the north of here. Since you guys are awake now, do you want to go look for the Ettin cave, or do you want to finish your rest before you do that?
I want to see the cave.
I want to finish our rest.
Finish the rest.
I mean, you're right.
Loot
You
the
only
bodies.
need to go back to resting for like another hour, and then you'll finish your long rest.
Yeah, I'm done with it because I was on the last round of surveillance.
Yeah, that was way towards the
Yeah.
end.
Let's loot the bodies.
Wait, if I use my arcane side options now, and if I finish the long rest, do I still get them back? Or?
No. This'll count as your use for today.
I have someone for a very sharp knife.
I give you the obsidian knife that we carry.
So I go and carve their head off.
Nah, all of them, all 4.
All 4, and those are going to be for the sacrifice.
All right, a normal human head weighs like 8 pounds, right?
Yeah.
So you have to multiply that by 4, and then multiply that by 4. So
I have a giant lizard creature
So that's
that is empty.
4 32-pound giant heads.
I have a
128
large.
pounds.
Well, actually,
the-
they don't have much brain mass, so we'll just call it 30 pounds each.
My giant lizard can carry it.
All right. So you tie all of those giant heads to your lizard.
And I tell to the rest of the group, I believe there might be some special parts, for magical potions and items on these creatures. But I'm busy removing the heads and tying them up to my whatever the crow. What is the
Bird
name of
loop?
that? Yeah, exactly.
Do we
So if I
know
go to
what
sleep
the
for an hour, do I get my key points back?
Yeah,
Or are they gone for the day?
because it'll be.
Let's
a long
treat
rest.
it as
It's a
if you finished your long rest, you got your points, and then you started using them in the fight immediately.
Ninja.
Oh, so we don't get our HP back either, huh? We gotta use hit
Well, if you
dice.
finish the long rest, you'll still get the healing benefits if you wanted to heal up with a hit dice.
Did they add any items on them?
I'll use hit dice.
I've been trying to say that in the chat for a while.
Did
We
they have
have-
any items on them? I'm looking in my random generator.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
It might be more in the cave. That might be where they have their stash.
I think I might be lagging.
Weed.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Something awful.
When we roll for hit dice, do we I haven't done this before. Do we
Add your
Mod.
I know we add our con mod, but can we do it for every dice that we roll? Or do we
Yeah.
have to do like
Yeah,
68
every time you level
per
up, you add your con mod. It's once per level.
No, when we use hit dice to heal,
No, yeah.
you add it per dice.
Hmm.
Yeah!
Nice. Maximum hit points.
Okay, the inbred Ettins do not have any items on them other than their enormous primitive weapons and their stinking loincloths, one of which is terribly burned up.
All right.
Can you describe the
After the-
thickness of their skin and like the rest of their body?
Their
yeah, just-
their skin is thick. It's like rhino thick. Gives them a natural armor class of 12. You could probably make a suit of armor out of it that would have armor class 12 if you skinned them and made some leather armor out of their skin. It would be equivalent to studded leather.
Cool. I look down at my slightly broken staff and I look to my companions and ask, would anyone happen to be able to fix my staff?
I will take a look at your staff and then use mending.
Mending will do the trick. Another option is if you have blacksmith's tools, you can make a check. It takes like a 5-minute check to patch up 1 level of damage. If you've got 2 levels of damage, it's like an hour.
It's just a normal.
We have a
staff.
set of woodcarver's tools on the Kinkin cart, if that works too.
It's just a normal.
Staff.
Is that your spell?
For a staff, yeah, that would probably be the tools to use.
Yeah.
But mending works anyways. And
Yeah,
Diamond
mending is
Tap-
way faster.
Well, Diamond happily mended it, so
Yeah, you don't
I'm
have to
going-
spend minutes crafting to fix it if you can just mend it. Mending just fixes it automatically.
I'm going to nod my head in approval, put my hand onto Traxxas's shoulder, and say, "Thank you, my friend. This will be beneficial in the following fights."
Okay, so after packing up your camp, you said you wanted to investigate the Etten Cave?
yeah, Dagger Maw rolled a 25 on tracking.
Okay, there's definitely tracks that lead from where you were ambushed into the cave. Quite obvious Etten tracks, but those are the only tracks.
Maybe
How
the
tall
Etton's
was the
cave
cave?
might have some more treasures that we were unaware of.
Ettens are probably about 14 to 15 feet tall.
Are they edible?
Yes, yeah, you could eat them. Well, maybe they're not that tall. Ettens are a little on the
Yeah.
shorter side when giants are compared, so maybe they're probably only about 10 feet tall.
It's pretty close to cannibalism, dude.
It is.
They're a magical creature too. I don't know.
Well, they're giants. I don't know how magical they are, but you can certainly do some stuff with their parts.
Let's reanimate these these
Is
bodies.
this harder than average? Like, can you like?
I would
use
prefer
it-
they stay dead.
Could you carve
What
yourself a little
information
cell inside of their body and reanimate the body and use it as a mecha?
Yes, yes, you
Oh.
can.
Wait, really?
That's happened in one of my D&D games before.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
All right,
A
so
mecha Etten.
you travel to the Etten Cave. How are you going to do this? Who's going in? Is everyone going in? Are you going to scout it? What are you doing?
Well, Brenstone
Probably
and
good.
Dagger Maw are in the lead, tracking.
Approximately how long does it take us to get there?
It looks like you're in the cart to me.
A few minutes. It's just to the north of where you're at.
Oh wait, did we finish our if we finish our long rest, how long does that take?
Yeah, I think you said you were going to finish it. It only took another hour.
Okay.
We had to pack up stuff too and all that.
However, I
We
did
essentially
say
got
if you
in-
used abilities, they were for today, not for yesterday.
We've essentially finished the rest and then went into combat.
Yes.
Yep.
It was so close to the end that
You
we're going
guys
to
are
play
rest-
it that way.
Okay, I sleep as a giant hyena and I'm still a hyena.
It's one of those days where you wake up and you're still kind of tired, so you go back to sleep for an hour. It's like that.
Do you need some healing, Morg?
I mean, it's just temporary HP.
Was that?
It's just temporary HP, but for an hour. But if you want to heal my temporary HP, then sure.
I mean, could you use a hyena's hit dice? Does that work, or would that be
Hell
your
no.
hit dice?
I don't think the hyena has hit dice.
Or have you got two states? Hang on. What's your second one?
Werewolf.
What the
A
hell?
weird middle thing.
He's a hyena.
You can't even turn into a middle thing.
That's the transformation. It's in between when he's
I give you
in the process of changing.
8 L back.
8? Alright, thank you.
All right, let's go in the lair.
A
Well,
creepy
I still have
cave
time before I have to go to
looms.
sleep.
The cave of the inbreds. What do you do?
Sniff it out.
You sniff the cave. It
Percep-
smells foul.
Perception check. See if I can hear anything.
The
see
cave is dark
anything.
and silent.
All right.
I look to my companions and
So
say,
the other guy would.
Wow.
Turning into a robot there. You might want to hold off
Dark
a few
vision.
seconds.
Yeah.
With dark vision, you can see that the cave is actually quite shallow. It doesn't go very far until there's the back of the cave. There's a bit of a heap towards the back that's, it looks like a pile of chitinous corpses.
I light up a torch to be able to light in.
Okay.
We could definitely use that kite and bring it to a blacksmith to make good armor.
Who goes in first?
I
I'll
will.
go in first. Oh, okay then. Diamond, you go in first.
Yes, I have dark vision, so I don't need a light source to see.
Traxxas, with dark vision, travels forward, finds a pile of dead thrycrane. They've been opened up like a Alaskan king crab at a Red Lobster. They've been their carapaces have been cracked open, and all of their juicy bug meats have been plucked out and eaten. So it's basically just a bunch of gory shells for the most part.
Can I look through the shells and see if there might be some adventurers equipment in and amongst the pile?
Okay. You find a deceased Torkreen. The Torkreen are like the bigger Thrykreen, like the alpha Thrykreen. And he has a chitinous Githka tucked into his little like belt strap thing. Do you wish to
what's
take
a-
his...
I was going to say, what's a Githka?
Githka is a two-handed weapon. It's sort of like a spear. It's got three points at each end.
So it's kind of like a fishing spear.
It's a double weapon. It does a D8 damage on each end that's slashing. It's got like a little crescent moon with like a central spear point coming out of the middle of it at each end of the double weapon.
I see. Yes, I think I will take this and give it to our monk.
All right. When you pick it up, it's quite heavy. Like I said, it was a Torkreen. Torkreens are very big, and so it weighs 25 pounds.
Oh my!
It is a heavy two-handed weapon.
I might have to give this to Morg then. I mean, I know he probably doesn't want to give up his shiny spear, but this also seems like a good weapon.
I cannot do anything with it as a giant hyena right now.
What kind of weapon is it? Is it a martial weapon?
I believe so.
And flavor-wise,
Ah,
my
pretty
jaw is broken. I cannot hold it in my mouth.
Yeah, you can't become
only
the
a few of
third
us that
dog
can
of
use-
legend from Pokemon.
I trigger my detect magic spell, and I look for glowy things in the area.
Oh, hey, that thing that Traxxas is holding is glowing like crazy.
Yeah. Is there anything else when I search the rest?
Nah, none of the corpses in the cave are magical, other than that Githka that he picked up.
I point out that it has quite some powers, I believe. I can see it.
Here's some stats on this card.
Well, if no one wants to use it, we can still bring it back and sell it. It's going to be valuable for sure.
I think it would be wiser for us to keep it.
Ooh, wait, it's finesse?
It's finesse weapon.
Yeah,
What?
but 25 pounds.
Yep, it's
And it's
heavy
not-
and two-handed.
I mean, oh god,
You sure
Mhm.
this was a martial?
yes.
Well,
You'll
you know,
basically you'll have to offload a lot of stuff that you'd be carrying because it's 25
Yeah.
pounds in and of itself.
I
or,
know.
or get
I
a
know.
belt, or get a belt of strength or something like that.
Yeah. If I ever find a way to increase my strength, it might be worth it, especially depending on the enchantment. But let me add it to our loot, and we can get it identified with our wizard allies when we get back to town.
Indeed.
The other nice thing about finesse is that I think Soul has decent dex as well, and he's a fighter, so he can also use melee or martial weapons.
Yep, you can use
Yep.
pretty much any weapon that you want except for exotics, which you would need to get feats for.
They're exotic.
There are no exotic weapons in 5. That's a 3.5 thing.
I mean, if anything's exotic, this would be one of them. It's a very alien weapon that only
Yeah.
Thrykreen use.
Because they have the arms to be able to do it.
Well, I mean, anybody with 2 arms. It's a two-handed weapon, but they have extra arms. So they wield 2 of these at a time.
I would tell you something. Quicksilver would probably love a weapon like that one.
Who's Quicksilver?
Quick
Quick
Windsor.
Windsor.
I think
Quick
that's what
Windsor.
you were trying to say.
Yeah, Quicksilver. Quick Windsor.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's in the Discord.
Yeah, no doubt. He would love it. It's a great weapon. I don't think he has a lot of money to
Figure out
buy
what it
it,
is first.
but you could gift it to him. He might owe you a favor after.
I think that this weapon is much too important to give away.
Well, we should head back to town.
Indeed, there
It's
have
been a
quite
long trip
too many.
already.
Okay,
There have been
so
quite too many distractions.
you're well rested. You begin traveling. It's a new day. The sun rises. I rolled a 1, so that means today it's intensely hot. Everybody has to drink twice as much water.
Crap.
So
We might also have to use some of the water to keep ourselves cool.
as you're traveling, the heat is quite brutal. You're desperate for any kind of shade, anything that you can hold in front of the sun to block out some of the death rays. As you're marching in 150-degree heat, you move away from the mountains out into the open desert, so it's almost impossible to find any protection from the burning sun as you travel. You're in a sorry state, but as the day presses on, you can see Tyr in the distance, and you're moving steadily towards it. Daggermaw begins barking. There's something flying around nearby. It's moving quickly. It seems to be a swarm of bats. There's at least 12 of them. They're flying around. They're hunting insects. They're moving pretty quick. If anybody's got a ranged weapon, if you'd like to hunt a bat, there are bats, wild bats, flying around all over the place here.
I could just use a free guiding bolt to shoot one down.
Fireball.
In your case, maybe you want to try to tame a bat. Who knows? It's a beast.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
It's also something that
why do we
Morg
want-
might want
why
to
do we
study
want
so
that?
that he could transform into a bat and fly around.
Why would we want to kill one?
I actually do want to try and coax a bat down. So let me just we just get to.
I have to study them. I thought I just look at them.
Well, I guess that's all it takes then. You've seen a bat. A common
Let's
Athasian bat.
I
Plus
guess
5.
I don't know. Do you have a size limit? It's pretty small.
No, it can be any creature.
All right, if you can change into
As
any
long as
creature
it's
of
a
any
beast.
size, then you could turn into a flying bat.
All right, here goes my animal handling. And of course it's shit.
Okay, so I guess you like whistle at the bats, but the bats are really preoccupied with the fat bugs that they're trying to catch, and the swarm of bugs is moving away, and so the bats also begin to fly off in that direction until you can't see them anymore. All right, so you've been
Peculiar.
traveling for a full day. You have the option now. You're pretty close to Tyr. You can push on a little bit of extra forced march. You'll be tired and it'll be late when you get there, but you won't have to rest out in the wilderness if you press on. Your other option is to make camp right here and travel to Tyr in the morning.
We can afford the extra exhaustion. We have protection inside of the city. Also, I would like to see how my grove is doing and how the druids are.
Is it unanimous then? You can see the city right there. It wouldn't take much more than a couple more hours to get there, probably.
I'd
Yeah,
keep on
and
going.
we're
We can sleep
we're
when
gonna
dead.
bunk at our
I got
temple
some-
/ keep, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I got some preparation to do.
Okay, so everybody grab your figurine off the table here. We're going to move to the city map because you're about to arrive. I'll move Soul over to here. And I should probably take these 2 Edens off the board.
Oh, what kind of stuff did we get from them? Did we just get their heads, or did we collect anything else?
You collected trophies.
No.
You collected the Torkreen Githka from the cave.
I collected the heads, but I think the nails and some of the hide would be pretty useful.
Yeah, if you wanted to spend some time harvesting other ingredients from it, you're welcome to.
I'm just doing the heads. I'm not doing any alchemy or anything like that. But
Did anybody want to skin them? Do you want to make a survival check to try to skin the Edens?
I will.
I got a +8, and I can cast guidance on myself.
Yeah, and give yourself the best bonuses you can. Maybe
What do
like
you want? Do you
guidance,
want
I
to do
will-
a
one?
help action?
I will assist.
Do you want to do? Oh, you want to assist?
So you guidance yourself, he lends assistance, and you roll with advantage and guidance.
All right, I'm gonna roll a 1d4 for the guidance.
All right, I got a 16, so that's an additional +2.
Well, no, it just gives him advantage if you can beat a 10, I think, if you're doing
Oh,
a help.
okay. Yeah, okay.
I think
Blurry
we're thinking
rules.
about like survival for food, and then like
every 2 above
17.
10 is
All
what
right,
we
so
pick
you're
them.
gonna be able to harvest 17 pounds of good leather that you can use. Parts that weren't too badly damaged in the fight.
Is that on one or a boat?
That was for both of them, I think.
All right. So
All right.
that's.
Uh,
I assume you're putting that on the cart.
Yeah, I'll leave that to the group. I'm not gonna keep those.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna keep the heads if anybody has anything against that.
Wait, what?
Nope.
What do you?
So 17
What?
pounds of
What?
Eton leather.
That's enough to make that studded leather armor set I was talking about. Studded leather armor typically weighs 13 pounds, so you have enough to make that. You could also make a hide armor if you wanted to go medium. Either one would have an AC of 12.
All right.
Prius,
I,
what are
I
you gonna
added
do?
that in the cart.
What are you gonna do with those giant heads?
Those are sacrifices.
Burn 'em.
He's gonna toss them in the eternal flame, is my guess.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some big prayers and try to attract more people and maybe ask for favors.
Wait, where's Brensta?
Hey,
Oh, there she is.
Oh, so if I'm lucky, there's gonna be some criminals that needs to be burned alive. So
Or bodies that need cremation.
or another
Yeah.
war sacrifices. If you burn 50 people alive, would that be enough to literally summon your god?
No, because we burned
Oh, no,
several
it would-
thousand.
It would take like hundreds of thousands of followers and a lot more tributes in order to summon a literal god.
we got a pretty nasty elemental, a flame that showed up when we created the shrine.
Okay,
Or
let's
it's
all
a-
take a look down here where we got the shrine. You guys are walking up the road to the gate of Tyr. Coming from the east, you're gonna arrive at this gate here where the Templar and the half giants are standing, right by your tower. You'll notice that there's a group of people here. They've come to see your temple. Some pilgrims. They are excited to meet you, Grimorn.
Do I notice anything particular of them?
Yeah, well, you notice that they're well dressed. They have hempen cloaks and hempen clothing. Each of them is wearing a mask that blocks out the sun. They are carrying packs, like they have packs laden with goods. They look like, traveling merchants, but they don't have a big caravan. They're just traveling light with whatever goods they can carry on their backs. They introduce himself. Let's see. This guy's Xanatos. And his companion over here is Licketh. And this one over here is Tal Chikotl.
Welcome, travelers. Where do you come from?
Xanatos will explain that they're travelers from Dradge. They come bearing grain and hemp, but they're also practitioners of the fiery arts, and they had heard that the free city of Tyr had built a new temple that worshippers of fire could come and visit. And so they've made the pilgrimage from Dradge in order to sell their wares, but while they're here, they would like to enjoy the flame of your temple and bask in the warmth of the fire god.
Have you had a chance to visit the shrine?
Not yet. They've only just arrived.
No. Oh, well. And
Well,
you came
this is-
from... How far did you come from to get to the shrine?
Well, Dradge is pretty far. Let me look at my map here. My map of the Tablelands. According to this
So they're-
map here, like if you look on the stream, you'll see what map I'm looking at. Dradge is... where is it? Where is it? It's way in the distance. It's way in the northeast. It's like as far away from Uruk as Tyr is from Uruk. So you'd have to go as far as Uruk, and then from Uruk all the way to the east to where Draj is.
Oh, so they travel for weeks just to get here.
They traveled a really, really long way. They've been on the road a while.
Are you here for the celebration? I brought back some beautiful sacrifices for.
Oh, they had no idea there was a celebration. They're just here to see the temple.
Yeah. Well, we always come back with a treasure to give to the god, and then I show them the heads of the Hetans that we killed, and they're probably
quite
still pretty fresh.
impressive. Bravo, bravo, quite impressive.
And you came here for trades or for to come and pray for the god?
Both. We bring hemp and grain from our homeland in Draj. Our hemp is more rare out here in the wilderness. Draj has it's built on a floodplain of mud flats, and so our land is able to grow quite a bit more hemp than you can here. Even though your fields are quite nice near to your city, out in Draj, our fields are incomparable.
Well, one of my friends would love to have a conversation with you. He's the one who's been growing the fruits and the plants near the shrine.
Yes. All right, well, show us this temple and your eternal flame. We are quite interested.
Absolutely, and so I take them in.
All right.
I also bear a treasure that we just found in an ancient cave in a mine up north, and I show them the lantern.
Nice. The lantern that shows the map to the city of brass and the plain of fire. This is a sacred religious artifact among fire priests, and so they're quite impressed that you carry it and that you've built this temple. Your legend is going to spread far and wide after this, because these pilgrims, when they continue their travels and their trade, they will mention you and your temple to the fire god.
I will actually tonight ask for a favor from the gods. I will ask them if they could actually give the same power of the eternal flame to this lantern.
Interesting. Well, they'll be in attendance. They'll help you with your rituals and pray to the fire gods. They're very excited.
Perfect.
Okay. The rest of you see this procession of pilgrims that are excitedly talking to Grimorn. What are you guys doing?
I have actually gone off to my grove.
All right,
I did not.
Well, your grove
accompany
is
the
right
party.
here. Like, it's right outside the gate, so you don't have to go far. You just have to travel right here next to the gates.
Brento's gonna snag. Oh, sorry. I thought you were done.
Well, I was just going to say, I'm just going to check on the druids and see if any more druids have decided to join the circle of the universe.
It hasn't been a full week. I'm gonna say you haven't gotten any new recruits yet.
Okay.
Been 4 to 5 days, I think.
I would like to try to seek out Orosto the Old.
All right. It just so happens that Arosto was headed this way because it's about that time of day when he comes and strolls through the garden and observes the new travelers coming through the eastern gate here. So you'll meet him in the streets, just inside. Probably somewhere near the Shining Sands, where they're cleaning up all of the locals' clothing.
Yep.
Where's my figurine? Here he is. No, that's a
That's
dice.
a dice.
The fuck? Here it is.
There he is. He doesn't look that old.
What are you talking about? Look at his hair. Do you see his saggy man tits?
I see his saggy
Oh
man.
my god.
I made sure to give him some saggy man tits so that you know he's old.
Looks very rambunctious. Anyway, I seek out Orosto and I kneel in his presence and I say to him, Master, it is good to see you again. I have fulfilled my task and I have helped the party rid the minds of the Grimkin. Is that what they were called? Grimkin?
Hedgekin.
Hedgekin. Sorry.
Ah, very good, very good. Once trade resumes, we won't have to worry about being attacked by Uruk anymore. I'm sure you, as a veteran of the war, are quite pleased. Or no, you didn't participate. Your friends who are veterans of the war will be quite pleased that our city is more secure against invasion after this.
It was indeed a welcome surprise. I did not know that the party in charged with protecting the mines was in fact my previous jailbreak crew.
Well, they have been well known in these parts since the days of the Revolution. They have close ties with the nobility, with the Asticles family, Aegis of Asticles, and they've spoken directly with King Tithian, so they've been fairly active in politics and in the building of the armies for the war and the fighting of the war itself, and they have quite a reputation around town.
Indeed. If it would be okay with you, I would like to see it fit to stay with them for a while longer.
I think it is a good idea. You've done all that you can in meditation for now. Life experience is really what's going to drive forward your capacity as a scion.
I'm sure with these group of travelers I will grow in many ways.
Remember, stay open-minded. Keep your third eye aware of all things that pass before you.
Indeed. It has been a wonderful apprenticeship under your tutelage, Master. I wish you a wonderful life.
Well, I am going to walk in the gardens to see that things are in good order and there's no bandits attacking. So far, it's been pretty quiet each day that I've traveled.
I will rejoin my party with my previous ties resolved. Resolved.
All right.
So Brensa's gonna snag Soul and head over to the Noble District to offload our gems and art objects to do that previous liquidation we had talked about.
Okay, let's see. I think the jeweler... you want to talk to House Enica. They're the only people that deal in gems in the city. So you're going to have to go to the Merchant District on the edge of the Noble District here, over next to Nerissa's Colors and Scents. So here's...
We can't go to the Jade Jozal.
I think that's a bar.
It says it's a jewelry store.
Okay. They sell jewelry, but they don't deal in regular gemstones.
They don't
All
deal
right.
in raw product.
All right. We'll go to House Inica and see if they will buy our spare gems and the few art objects we found. That cup, the dress, and the equipment, the helmet and pick that no one wanted.
I'm back. What I miss?
Hey, Ninja, do you have a link so I can take a look at the magical items that are available at the stores?
I do.
Didn't miss much.
If you don't mind putting it in Discord, that'd be great.
Okay, getting it now. Copy, paste. There's the item shops. There's some magic items in among them. They tend to be pretty expensive, but those are the ones that you can find when you shop around here. All right, I'm getting my notes open for House Inica.
Did you ever save my diagram?
Diagram? What are you talking about?
Remember a while ago I made a diagram to establish who was a friend and who was a foe to the party?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I saved that.
Great.
It's pretty handy. I hope everyone looked at it.
I don't believe I've seen it, so if you could direct message me that, that'd be great.
I've got it somewhere, but I'd have to go looking for it. All right. So when you go to House Inica here, they're the merchant house that is well known for dealing in small and valuable things: gems, spices, nuts, and feathers. They have a bit of a monopoly over those items in particular. They don't ever deal in contraband or stolen goods or large bulk items. They're known as being a small, light, fast, and efficient trading company. And
Okay.
so anytime you try to sell any large quantity of gems, you're going to be directed to them. Most of the other houses have pretty much given up trying to challenge them for their monopoly on the gem trade. So most of the other merchant houses and even the jewelry store will aim you back towards them if you try to sell there.
Okay, so we'll sell our spare gems to House Inika, and then we'll see if they'll take the cup, since that's kind of like a small, almost jewelry-like item. And then I'll see if one of the other houses, let's see, that sells weapons. How about House Fordoon to sell the equipment and the dress, since they deal with weapons, armor, and textiles?
Yeah. Well, hang on. When you go to House Inika, you and Sol, you step into a merchant house right on the edge of the noble district. It's a clean building. It's got guards in the front. When you go inside, there's a bunch of activity, people moving about. There's a bunch of agents. The Inika agents all look like gruff, adventurous types. They all look like contemporaries with your own party. You could probably estimate they're in the same ballpark, around level 5. They're all tough characters. House Inika doesn't hire anybody who's not at least level 5. And so the agents are being laden down with packs of precious gemstones, which are going to be delivered to different cities, and they're sort of acquiring their manifests of goods and getting maps about where they're traveling. And there's a guild master here, and so the guild master is the one to talk to when you arrive if you want to make a deal. And they will buy all of the gems that you have on hand, but while you're here, they're going to ask, you're members of the somewhat famous adventuring party that participated in the war and the revolution. You recently freed up the iron mines, is that correct?
Yep.
Indeed, it is.
Yes, that's correct.
We have killed pretty much all of the Hedgekins. Maybe save a few.
Nothing survived.
Were you aware of the ongoing legal dispute? The council chambers today, there's going to be a meeting about the issue surrounding Fort Scones. We know that your side of the argument says that House Inika aided and abetted the enemy, which is patently not true, and as you'll see during the trial today. Hopefully you and your party will all be in attendance.
Well, quite possibly so. I mean, we were witnesses, after all, to those events.
Okay. All right. So that's happening later this afternoon. It hasn't happened yet.
A court case?
Okay.
So during the war, Fort Scones gave aid to the enemy. Basically, they're a merchant house, and when the army of Uruk arrived, they just opened the gates, let them in, let them stay, and let them leave without issue.
And sold them goods and supplies.
They also sold them goods and supplies. And the party was quite upset about it. They made a stink. And so apparently there is a trial about it, about the dispute today.
Okay.
I actually have a change of heart about that.
Huh?
I mean, if you think about it, the enemy gave money to basically their enemy. I mean, House Inika they're a mostly neutral party, but since they have a branch in like Tyr, that's pretty much like giving money to Tyr. And I would also
They're multinational. It's like going and buying something from Nestle.
This
Right.
isn't their main base. Their main base is in what country is it? I don't think it's Gulg. Where do they come from? I have to look at my notes.
But it would be good if
Altaruk.
they.
It's
It would be
Altaruk
good
is where
in the
their
future
base
if
Sorry?
they had a privilege for us and would look more at protecting us than your.
Well, I mean, I would also argue their point of view as I myself wouldn't exactly want to be on the wrong end of a spear, and if they had ignored the Uruk army, they probably would have all been brutally
Yeah.
murdered.
But alliance with us might actually get them better price on buying Hiron since we liberated the mines.
How many do you think we could have saved if we were to try and go and fight off the portion of the army that was at the fort?
I was wrong. It actually is Gulg. That's where their main base is. Inika
I think
and Gulg.
we would have won the battle.
Yes, but how many lives would have been lost as opposed to letting the army buy their supplies and leave amicably?
Well, it's gonna be their people that would die versus the people from Tyr.
Who's to
Doesn't
say
seem
that there wouldn't
good.
be people from Tyr in that fort?
So you sold all of your gemstones. You got full price for those. You sold the other regular goods at the other place for half.
The art objects for half as well, or just the armor and weapon for half?
Who are you selling the art objects to?
Either House Inika or House Verdun, since they also deal with art, as well as weapons. So the art objects were that chalice that had the arcane runes, the dress, the silk dress, and then we had nobody says armor per se, but I assume when you say weapons, it's like arms, meaning arms and armor.
I think there's another shop over here somewhere. It's either like the Elven Market, they would have it, or there's an actual weapon shop that's
Okay.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's definitely in here somewhere.
Well,
Shit. I thought it was up in Artisan's Way somewhere, but I don't see it. Is it one of these guys? What is the Crystal Spider? That's an inn. That's an inn. Those are all inns. Well, anyway, there is a weapon shop somewhere in town. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
all right. Well, we'll sell.
Way over in the front of the city, right there.
Oh, Grix, yeah, he made my bow. So I'll sell Grix the helmet and the pick that are made of bronze. I'm sure he'll be happy to have more metal wares.
Mhm.
And I'll sell House Verdun the art objects.
Okay. House Verdun accepts your art objects. These came from the Dwarven dungeon?
No, they came from the mines.
They came from the mines. All right. All right. Yeah, they'll take them. That's fine. Some human art. They're certainly able to resell that. They don't even question where it came from. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to do any other business?
Same thing. Well, a couple things. So one, I'm going to divide the money up. But two, with Soul with me, I'm going to see if he can take us over to his wizardy, his arcane connections to identify the that double-ended staff weapon. Was it the Githka?
You need to
Oh, you
find
mean
your
the-
contact in the Veiled Alliance.
Yes.
I can make a couple phone calls.
I want to find a tanner. Is that the word? I want to find a clothier, someone who can sell backpacks and stuff.
Yeah.
A survivalist, I guess.
Yeah, there's probably like a leather worker that makes backpacks.
I need that.
You gonna have a new backpack made? That's fine.
What was that question? Long. What is the blue bar above my head? That is your wild shape transformations. It's how many you have per day, per rest.
Ninja, did you get my message?
Was it a DM? Let me look. Okay, see ya. So during the war, some soldiers saw you casting spells and they spread rumors about you. They didn't like you. They are still out there in the city somewhere. So some people still might know your dark secret. What happened to the investigation on the Veiled Alliance? You guys managed to misdirect that, right? You managed to get it to where the Veiled Alliance was not directly involved. You put all the blame on Param of Uruk, the spy.
Yep.
Correct.
All right, so that's how that went. So the Veiled Alliance is off the hook for that. Paramavoric cast spells in the plaza. People saw it. You were able to deflect blame onto him. And he died, so, yeah, justice is served.
Executed.
But yeah, some people might know that you're a caster, although you probably will not be anywhere near those people unless they actively hunt you down.
Yeah, and besides, I mean, your status as one of the legendary slaves to help in the war efforts definitely gives you a bit of a cushion.
And I, you know, I'm a bard. I can just lie my way out of the situation.
Probably.
Yeah, and you do have, you know, the attention from the king and the city now as well.
I need to get more renown. I'm just the guy who went and did some meditating.
Titian.
You meditated during the entire war.
No,
Yep.
I will definitely tell stories of you to my druids, and they will be nothing but, you know, great praise for your soul, I guess.
Hey,
So you're gonna say healing magics, but yeah, that'll do.
I'll tell stories about you while I'm repeatedly carousing.
Just then,
Alright,
let's see, who hasn't done anything in a while?
Well, we never finished mine. Real.
If,
Really?
I wanna go and find the bag
If
maker.
I go with Grimorn to his fire temple, does this help him with his sacrifices?
Not unless you're making a help with a religious check roll.
I could ask you if you wanted to help me out gather people in the city too. There's I have a deal with the Templars, and if they have people that needs death sentence, they will make the offer for the city, and we could use those for sacrifices as well.
So, Second Frog, you wanted to do more than just shop, I take it. So what do you
Right. I want to. Well, we went to the Soul and I went to the Veiled Alliance. He said he was gonna.
Well, no.
Make some calls to get the
That
thing.
didn't actually happen because nobody's at the Veiled Alliance.
Oh, no one's there at all.
He's unable to make any contacts because they're all attending some big thing that's happening in the Golden Spire. Some big trials happening. Being nobles,
Oh, that's
Aegis Vastocles has to attend, and Sadira is with Aegis, so you know your Veiled Alliance contact is going to be busy.
all right.
But you could
We'll have
go
to
to
do
the
it later.
Golden. You could go to the Golden Tower. You could probably meet them there during the trial, which is happening soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would actually like to go and attend the trial.
Okay, so who else hasn't done something in a bit? You get approached by a slave that's carrying a letter. I'm gonna say Morg. Morg, it's you. Gladiator Morg, you are recognized on the street. Somebody comes charging up, waving their hands frantically. You, stop!
I have a message for you. Your eyes only.
Yes,
See here.
I was
A letter.
thinking the same
Not
thing.
sure who from. Not sure who he's from. Wouldn't say. Just that he was a
cannot
friend of
read.
yours.
The
like
messenger,
that.
Oh,
the
illiterate.
messenger
Oh.
There's a
doesn't.
museum opening up in Morth.
This is a rarity. This messenger must be of noble birth because they come bearing a scroll with writing on it. Gasp. That's something you almost never see. Anyway, the messenger reads from the scroll, and it says, Mignon of Astocles has requested a meeting at a wine shop in the tradesman district, where matters of great profit might be discussed.
Profit and wine, that's all you had to say. Say less, sir.
Okay. The slave will follow you around and show you the way if you need directions to the wine shop. They're a
please
personal
direct me
servant
to the
of
wine shop.
Mignon of Astocles, and they want to make
I
sure the
have
job
not
gets done.
been to this
Filet
wine
mignon.
place you speak
Mignon.
of. Where is it located? Can you direct me to it?
I
will follow him.
Where's the tradesman's district? It's this one over here, I think. That's the artisan's district.
The merchant district? This area?
Smith's district. Merchant district. We're gonna say it's maybe like the crystal spider over here. That's an inn. All right. So, are you going to immediately go to that meeting?
Yes.
Okay. You meet with this woman. I've got this figurine here. All right. So, Morg, you meet a woman. She's well dressed. She's got a sword on her hip with a curved blade. She's got some fine, silky-looking robes with a jeweled sort of tiara around her head with a veil. She's got a bunch of dangling metal hanging off her wrists and from her belt. She looks like she's got a lot of money. She is a woman of means. She introduces herself as Mignon of Asticles. Now, you are acquainted with her cousin. Her cousin is this guy here. Where's he at? Aegis of Asticles. This guy, he was one of the main architects of the revolution that freed the city of Tyr. And he is her cousin. And that's how she heard about your party of adventurers and all of the good deeds that you've done. And how capable you are in battle. That's what draws her interest the most, that you are a champion gladiator. And your fighting skills would be quite handy. She cozies up to you, real friendly-like. She throws her womanly charms at you. She talks up a big game about how she's heard all of these wonderful things about you. She gets very familiar with you, like your old buddies, old friends. She tells you that her caravan is leaving Tyr for Gulg the next morning. In addition to the caravan's normal cargo of iron, copper, jade, this caravan is carrying a valuable gift intended for Lalali Dewey, the sorcerer queen of Gulg. Mignon wishes to hire you to guard this gift. Combined with the caravan's guards, Mignon explains that you'll provide an added measure of insurance against raiders. She is worried that elven raiders will take this precious cargo, which is en route to a sorcerer queen, and she couldn't possibly bear the shame of losing a gift for a sorcerer queen. She might even lose her head if it's lost on the way to Gulg. So, she wishes for you and your party to travel with her. She's willing to pay you a hefty sum. You would receive 30 ceramic pieces per day, plus a bonus of 5 gold pieces upon completion of the mission. Does that interest you?
It does. I will go ask the rest of my party if they are also interested in this offer.
Excellent, excellent.
How many days of travel is it to get there? Do you expect it to take?
That's a good question. To get to Gulg. Well, to get from Tyr to the Iron Mines is 2 days, so that's 2, 4, 6,
Ooh.
8, 10, 12.
Oh,
Couple weeks of travel.
oh God.
You would. She explains the route. First, you travel southeast from Tyr until you hit Fort Ianto. You pass through Fort Ianto to Fort Scones. From Fort Scones, we can travel south, passing Fort Amber, arriving at Altaruk on the Silt Sea. From there, we'll follow the coastline until we get east to Fort Calvis. And then from Fort Calvis, it's just a couple days trek to the northeast before you hit the forest of Gulg along the Windbreak Mountains.
You seem familiar with the trade routes, and you seem to do a lot of business. I would also like to ask if you know how much are we expected to bring in terms of supplies, like how long between each outpost? What is the longest one that we would have to prepare for?
It's a couple days to Fort Ianto, it's a couple days to Fort Scones, it's a couple days to Fort Amber. There's a big stretch between Fort Amber and Altaruk where you might be on the road for several days at a stretch. After Altaruk, there's another long stretch. That road along the coastline of the Silt Sea is treacherous. There could be giants. and it's also a long route because you travel southeast until you hit the Ivory Plain, and then you cut to the north. So that actually takes a while. You can save time by cutting directly from Alteruk to Fort Calvis, but it's not recommended. That section of the tablelands is just full of elven raiders. They're real bad in that area, so most travelers will stick to the road. Really, those are the worst. Between Fort Amber and Alteruk, and between Alteruk and Fort Calvis are the longest stretches.
Wait, how short is the route if we just go the short way?
It would probably save you a couple days to go directly to Fort Calvis from Alteruk. But
that's
saving a
well,
couple
the
days
Elven
isn't worth it
Ranger,
if you're
right?
almost guaranteed to run into a large group of elves.
Okay. So probably we need to prepare for like maybe like a 5 to 6 day trip between those long stretches.
At the most, if you feel like you're going to get lost or stuck somewhere.
Okay. I will go and relay that information to my party and see if they're interested with this long 2-3 week journey.
Nah, it probably wouldn't be more than 2 weeks. 14 days. 15 tops if we're held up a little bit.
Okay.
And you would be well compensated. 5 gold coins at the end of the job. And all you have to do is travel with us. We might not even encounter trouble. That's easy money.
Is it per person for our whole group that you know of, or is
Oh,
it
you would each
for-
be hired
for the
on
job?
as a caravan guard. Each caravan guard, as she said, would receive the 30 ceramic pieces per day and the 5 gold at the end of the mission.
Okay.
Each.
Alright. Yes, I will go and ask my companions if they're interested in joining this job.
Okay. She gives you a broad smile and a big familiar hug. And then she says, I feel like I've known you a long time. We'll be fast friends. I just know it. I look forward to our travels together. Hopefully your allies will agree with me, and we'll all travel together over the course of the next couple weeks. She has...
You're also joining the expedition travel.
Oh, she is the caravan master. Of course she is.
Okay. Well, I hope to enjoy our company along the travels. And I head off to tell my party the news of the job.
She tells you if any of your friends are hesitant, perhaps you could suggest that Lady Lalali Pui might offer rewards of her own. Anything's possible.
Lalai.
Lalali Pui. Here, I'll put it in
Lala
the...
Poopsie.
I'll put the Sorcerer Queen's full title in the chat here. She is...
Oh, it's a sorcerer queen.
She is the Sorcerer Queen of Gulg, and her name is Lalali Pui. Just like that.
You guys didn't hear this from before because it was only me and Ninja. But when I looked, I saw Gulg. I registered it as Gulg, but when I looked at one of the messages Ninja had sent, I read Gulag.
Yeah.
Oh, before
Queen
I
of the
leave, I will
Gulag.
ask her what kind of sorcerer queen is this, and I'm assuming we have sort of a decent relationship with her, which is why we're giving her this gift. Yes.
I think she's just trying to curry favor. Maybe it'll raise the status of her merchant house in the city of Gulg or something like that.
Right, but she's not like a hostile type of sorcerer queen, is she?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, all of the sorcerer kings and queens are kind of terrible people, but
I mean, in some more than other.
they're all evil. So, I mean, is she more evil than most? No.
Okay.
Is she as evil as Kodlak was? Probably not, but
Kalik?
Kalik.
Kalik was pretty bad. He was going to kill almost everyone in the city to turn into a dragon.
Guess what I'm
That's
asking
only
is
pretty bad.
she reasonable? would she be reasonable in like why she's getting a gift and wouldn't like kill messengers?
Let me see if I can find the entry for her town here.
Right. So who all wants to attend the trial? Say I.
I'm assuming that they also have slaves in
What's-
wherever
All right.
trial?
Lolly.
What is the trial for?
She tells you. Oh, hold on. This is still happening in the meeting. So, Morg, she will tell you the Sorcerer Queen of Gulg, Lalali is called the Oba by her subjects. The Oba is an absolute monarch whose name means forest goddess in the language of her people. This is not a title she assumed herself, but one that her subjects thrust upon her. Lalali Pui can command anything she wishes, and know that she will be instantly obeyed by her people. In their eyes, she is a goddess. They attribute her long life to immortality, and they believe that only a being of supreme power could have the abilities that she displays.
Cool.
Okay, so
She's
at least like
She is the only ruler of a city-state who enjoys the popular support of her subjects.
as opposed to like dominance.
Right. Her
Dominance
people
and
love
fear.
her as a goddess, whereas most are controlled through fear and hostility from their overlords.
Okay, good. That was kind of what I was getting at, where it's just like, how like mean is she?
So Gulg is at war with Nibene. Nibene is full of slavers, and Gulg is constantly worried that Nibene's slavers will try to overthrow them and take them all as slaves and sacrifice them all on the Nibene pyramid, where all the hearts are ripped out and the bodies are tossed down into a pit before gladiator games happen.
Ah, so the Nimine are like the Mayans.
They are very Mayan. Yep.
And the Gulg, like, they also have slaves, right?
I think slaves are pretty common to almost everywhere.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I'm going to want to buy one of them at some point.
No.
Okay, so she gave you a
Fair
decent
question,
amount
like,
of information about Gulg. Apparently, Gulg has the friendliest of the sorcerer queens.
Okay. I will
And-
tell my party about this friendly sorcerer queen that we could give a gift to her and maybe make curry favor with her. Well, and also a merchant house, and we would get paid quite handsomely upon doing this job. I will tell them 30 ceramic per day, and also 5 gold upon completion each.
Over 14 days, so 14 times 30.
Is it the 14 days that's one-way trip, or?
She's paying you to protect the cargo to get there. So obviously, at the end of getting there, she's not going to pay you to come back. You just do whatever you want at
Okay.
that point.
So she's not going to be bringing back any cargo to Tyr?
She might. I
Or
mean,
anyone.
although she won't be protecting precious cargo. She's got her own troop of caravan guards, like this guy I have
Mhm.
here.
Okay.
She's
So
got
we're
a
just additional guards for the specific purpose of that, like.
These caravan guards that she's got are third level
Special.
fighters. They're competent, but they're not as strong as you guys are.
Okay.
Okay. The
So let-
case, the case you're talking about. What is it about?
Okay, so everybody's gonna attend the trial, right?
Well, let's look at our options. If we hang on, can we attend the trial after? No, before delivering the
Yes.
present.
Before what?
We're delivering a present to the queen, right?
Oh yeah, that caravan doesn't leave until the morning.
Yeah, so we can attend the trial now. Okay, great. There's no conflict of interest.
Before the trial, I asked Saul if he can help me with my ceremony. I need some inspiration, and if he could spread the word to in the city that there will be a sacrifice done.
Throughout the entire city, just let them know there's going to be a sacrifice at your low fire temple.
Spread
Yeah.
the word.
Spread the word, and I'll pay you 10 silver.
Sure, you want a bardic inspiration for when you do the sacrifice too?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
10 silver. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, you'll be able to
That's
have
like
quite the.
gold.
Yeah.
I'll use my time to spread the word about the great burning at the fire temple by the what's your character's name?
Grimoire.
By the should I say grand priest, or is that a bit too grand of a title?
Yeah, if you want, at the shrine of fire.
By the Grand Peace Grimoire at the fire line out. Is it outside the city gates? I'm sorry for
Wine.
asking.
Yeah, you've been there.
Yes, outside the city gates. We'll be appeasing. I don't know your god's name.
That's Grimoire.
I mean the
Your
god's
fire
name.
god's name is Grimoire.
Wait, what? The fire god's name is Grimorn, and the character is also
No,
named
Yeah.
Grimorn.
no, the
named
fire god
after
is
the god,
he's
just
the
like
god of
Jesus.
flames. You know, he's one of the
Yes.
elements.
He doesn't have a name. Okay. The
He's
great god of
he's
flames?
he's just an entity of fire.
Okay. Do I roll to see how many people I convince, or do?
You don't have to. Don't worry about it.
All right.
A bunch of people will attend. All right. So everybody arrives at the trial. And when you get to the trial, it happens in King Tithian's main chamber in the Golden Tower. So everybody's going to have to go to the Noble District and then into the main tower complex, through the gardens, through the King's Garden, and then up into the tower, where you go up a number of circular staircases that wind up through the tower until you arrive in the upper chamber where King Tithian's throne room is, and where all the nobles are assembled for any kind of business that happens here in the city of Tyr. During the trial, there's a public lawyer who states the claim that you initially presented, that House Inika has lent aid to the enemy. They supported Uruk in its aggressions towards the free city of Tyr, and House Inika should be held accountable. At which point, another man steps forward. The man that steps forward is... Okay. The man that steps forward is a mull, and he's not even well dressed. He's a very plain looking, an unassuming mull dressed in rather simple clothing. Although he has an air of authority about him, and he'll step up to the podium and announce himself as Tomac Reslin, an agent of House Inika. And he's here to plead the case for House Inika. According to the code, the merchant's code, what House Inika did was not against the law of the land. By Rule 1, recognition that by joining a merchant house, an agent forsakes citizenship in any city or membership in any tribe, meaning House Inika has no allegiance to Tyr, or to Uruk, for that matter. And by Rule 2, an oath of allegiance to the merchant houses says that they do have allegiance only to the house itself and to the profit of the merchant house. House Inika was under no obligations to obstruct the movement of Hamanu's legions. The Urukites were not attacking House Inika. Instead, the employees at House Inika's Fort Scans upheld Rule Number 3, a promise to perform in the best interests of the merchant house in return for a salary. They did business with the Urukites and were paid fairly, according to the rules of mercantilism. By Rule 4 of the Merchant Code, a promise to deal honestly with stranger, friend, and foe alike meant that we dealt fairly with the Urukites despite the ongoing war. So long as Hamanu pays his debts, his army was a customer.
Aren't we customers as well?
Nobody in the assembly could argue with the well-known Merchant's Code. Did anybody in your party wish to chime in with an outburst of some kind? Because it seems like House Inika is going to get away with it here.
I'd like to ask you a question.
Okay. What do you ask?
Aren't we as well supposed to be considered as equal, and you're not supposed to interfere in the battle between the two armies?
They didn't?
You owe us as much of the same kind of protection. On top of that, in addition, you've given shelter and protection to them when we were exposed to the terrain.
This is true, but according to the merchant's law, nothing they did was illegal.
So they are allowed to favor one like country over another if they are deemed profitable.
Their argument, which they'll put forward at this point, is that if the Tyrian army marched into Fort Scones would have dealt with them in the same fashion, would have sold them goods, would have allowed them to stable their animals in the stables of Fort Scones. You have to understand that Fort Scones has but 50 employees of House Inica, who are not fighters and soldiers as you might expect. Some guards are among them, but for the most part they're porters and money counters. There are also 75 slaves. You wouldn't expect us to put slaves into battle against the Urukite army. They had no skin in the game, so we feel that House Inica is not at fault in this situation.
Out of character, I am sorry to do this to you guys. In character, my Traxus stands up and addresses the assembly saying, "Lords and ladies, I am Traxus. You may well know my name. I would also like to speak for House Inica, not, of course, on laws or anything, but morality as well. It is as they say. If they had forsaken Uruk's army, they would have more than likely been slaughtered, or at least most of them would have been slaughtered by the time that we would have been able to get to the fort.
Yes.
I will admit, when I heard the news of House Inica giving aid to our enemies, I was mad. But then, after some long time of thinking, they actually probably saved more people than we could have by deciding not to take sides. So I say that they are also right in their morals.
They did take sides, though.
They did.
They didn't.
Yes, they did.
I don't remember.
They gave them shelter.
They gave them shelter as they would have given us shelter.
Did they
No.
lock,
They gave them food
did they
as they
lock
would have
our
given
army
us
out of
food.
the fort?
They
Has
are
to be proven.
they are merely a service, and we and anybody else are their customers.
That's what I'm trying to ask. It was that during the time of that, I can't remember because it was many weeks ago that we went through that. Did they lock our army out of the fort and not let us resupply?
Well, you
Is that
guys
what happened?
were running from them, or was it you were chasing them? I forget.
We're chasing
We were
them.
chasing
You were
them,
chasing
so
them.
we
So
were
they got to
going
the
in
fort
same
and they
direction.
moved into it, and then you didn't go into
Yeah.
the fort after them.
We would
Like,
have had
when
to
they
kill
left-
everyone.
When they left the fort, did they let us? Like, did we go in to resupply our army?
No,
or
we
anything?
were too busy trying
No.
to catch them. But I have full confidence that, and if your character is saying this, I have full confidence that House Inica would have let our army in had it not been for the pressing matter of us having to make it back to the city.
That is the case they state here. They're saying they would have lent aid to you as well if you had come through their business.
Well, one thing I can say is that if one day we get back in a situation where we do need some help and you refuse help, we will burn your town down.
Okay.
There's-
I have to agree with the mad fire cleric here.
Well, King Tithian's going to bang his gavel and say, "Peace, peace, peace. House Inica has been quite profitable to the city of Tyr. It would be a shame to let this besmirch their good name. So, in this case, the court has sided with House Inica. They are not at fault in this situation. They are forgiven for what they have done, lending aid to Uruk. What's done is done. Uruk is defeated. We will move on and hope for a better future. Do not cross the crown again, though, House Inica, or you will fall into disfavor." And the mole from House Inica, he's going to nod his head and he's going to give a bow to King Tithian and says, "As you say, King Tithian, House Inica, as always, will be loyal and profitable to the city-state of Tyr, as we have been in the past and will be in the future.
All right. When everything's said and done, of course, I will take my respectful bow to the king.
Okay,
And,
so yeah, the assembly is kind of scattering here at this point. You see Sadira and Aegis are in attendance, so Sol, if you want to run over and talk to Sadira, now is your opportunity.
Yes, yes. Indeed.
Somebody could also attempt to talk to Tomac Reslin while he's here if you wanted to, or any of the other nobles in attendance.
Would it be possible for me to get a small audience with? I just have a couple of. I mean, I heard that we're going to be going to Golg, and I kind of want to talk with Tithian about like what's his thoughts on Golg.
Okay, well, now that business is done, you could step up and ask your own question of Tithian while he's here.
Yes, so I will approach Tithian, give a respectful bow as always, and ask Tithian. We are going to be partaking in a caravan travel to Golg. I was hoping to maybe wonder what are your thoughts on this city's sorcerer queen?
Well, it's said that her people worship her as a goddess. Beloved by the people. It's not something you hear often.
But what are your personal feelings?
He's never personally interacted with Lalali, but he's heard that she is a strong and competent leader.
Thank you, King Tithian.
Also, Golg, I don't think Golg has ever been at war with Tyr. So they've never been enemies in the past. They don't have any bad blood or history there.
Let us hope things stay that way. I would rather peace be a little bit longer than, well, what the destruction of this world has lasted for.
Well, that's why I sided with House Inica. They're based in Golg. We don't want to make enemies of Golg if we can avoid it. Keep the allies that you have, destroy the enemies that you have, and in the end you'll be the victor.
Indeed. Thank you, King Tithian. I will take my leave now.
All right. And Sol, did you have something to say to Sadira?
Yes.
I have one thing to say. War is good for business.
Why don't you have more clothes on?
Rips it every time.
Yeah, she's got all those holes in her clothing. Moths have been at her.
Wait, who are you talking about?
If you look on the stream, Sadira is very scantily dressed.
Have we shared the treasures?
What was the divide? What's the split, Psycho?
All right. So the split is 900 ceramics each. That's a 6-way split. There's 138 left over that I was just going to add into the party stat, because 100 of that would cover identifying the Githka. So if everybody's okay with that split, then add 900 ceramics to your inventory.
How much is in gold?
938. Said, yeah.
Yep.
So,
What's that?
938. You said.
No, 900. Period.
Even.
Each.
900.
All right.
So there's a remainder of 138 left to add to the party's cash, like the group slush fund, and we'll spend 100 of that to identify the Githka. Once Sol is asks if they can, now that since they're here, ask them if they could assist us.
All right, Sadira is going to nod that she can help you out. You should attend a small gathering that the Veiled Alliance will be having a little later this evening. She tells you that the meeting is going to be in the the House of Fingers, and then you'll find in the Artisan's Way out towards the Warrens, a little north of the main merchant areas. Meet the Veiled Alliance there. We have much of importance to discuss, and if you could, bring all of your allies, your adventuring companions. They should hear this as well, for there are big events happening, and some of your compatriots might find these things that we know interesting.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll inform them.
Okay. They can do the identification there as well.
Sadira, a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have holes in your clothes?
She'll tell you that these are speed holes. They help her move faster.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Oh, you haven't heard of speed holes?
No, I can't say I have.
You can put speed holes in anything to make it move faster.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I'm fairly certain that wearing nothing at all would make you move faster.
She's done that a few times, too.
I don't know.
Never in
Sometimes I
public,
stab
eh?
holes in my enemies. They don't move very fast.
Whenever I put a hole in my enemy, they just stop moving. Actually, you see my my compatriot. What's your character's name, David?
Traxxas.
My compatriot Traxxas put a giant hole and through one of these what are the Enix two-headed giant people, and it didn't move very fast. It just stopped moving. Can you explain that?
Anyone else wants to do something?
Yes, there is one last piece of business I want to attend to, and it's those pilgrims, because hemp can be used to make paper. I want to see if I can get some paper.
Yeah, you can make paper if you want. It's a rare skill. Not a whole lot of books in this world. Not many people that can read. Some nobles, and that's it.
How much would it cost me for to make a small feast for the people that work at the shrine and in the fields for us?
A feast, you'd probably want to spend like a ceramic piece per person.
I could definitely bring plenty of vegetables and fruits from my grove.
Well, there'll be like wine and meats and stuff like that.
If you want to get real ritzy, you could spend a silver per person, but that's like going way overboard.
Yeah, how many
You're
people
gonna
do we
just
have?
Feed people the magical fruits from our grove.
Well, how many people do we have?
We're running out of time quick here. I wonder if we can jump through these last two things in a hurry here. When you meet with Sadira, when you all meet with Sadira, she's going to tell you about the ritual, which I've mentioned a couple times out of character, but like now your characters are actually hearing the all-important mission. So let me find the notes here. I moved my notes. Damn it. It's somewhere in here. Okay, so the Veiled Alliance is having trouble in Uruk. So the Veiled Alliance in Uruk has apparently had a rift, a bit of a political split between the members, and they've split off into two factions, which is causing a disruption in ongoing Veiled Alliance plans. For you see, we've been trying to restore the environment to heal the world of Athos. It's badly damaged, and if we perform this ritual, it's something like a defiler's defilement of the earth, but inverted, to where instead of defiling the earth, it's restoring it, or putting the bounty of life back into the tainted and defiled soil to restore it and make it lush once again. And this ritual could have long-lasting effects on a widespread area if it's successful, but due to the political strife and the division between the groups, we feel like we need a diplomatic hand, somebody who is a good talker, who can negotiate the rift between the factions, maybe, or a strong and competent band of heroes that can help ensure that nothing goes wrong, that the plans of the Veiled Alliance aren't uncovered and ruined. There are many dangers. Hamanu, the Lord of Uruk, is quite a dangerous man, and his legions are very, very careful and observant. And so the Veiled Alliance is under constant threat, and this rift between them might cause dangerous events to transpire. So, would you and your party travel to Uruk and help the Veiled Alliance in this dangerous and difficult time?
Sadira, do we have a very tight time frame?
No, there's not a time limit on this one. You can go to Gulg, and then from Gulg you can go to Uruk. That's why I was saying it's probably going to be to your advantage to go to Gulg and then from Gulg to Uruk, since Gulg is halfway to Uruk.
Wait, it's halfway to? It's in between Tyr and...
I'm going to bring up the map again. So
yeah, because
on the stream, if you look at the map, I'm gonna show you. So if you look at the map, Gulg is right in the middle. Uruk is kind of above Gulg, and Tyr is off to the left. So, like, if you wanted to go directly to Tyr, you could make a beeline through the waste. Well, that would be really, really hard, because there's only one little town in between there. So usually what people will do is they'll take the road, they'll travel from Tyr down to Fort Scones, and then they'll cut across to Silver Springs. What you could do is you could take a wider loop where you go down to Gulg, and then from Gulg back up to Uruk.
I see. Because,
Okay.
I mean, you guys probably are already on track with what I'm thinking, but if we go to Gulg and we do curry favor with the Sorcerer Queen, and maybe get a little bit of sweet talking in there and be like, oh, you would be the savior of the planet.
So you do have the option of not going to Gulg. You can totally skip that entire mission, and none of that stuff will happen. You could just go directly to Uruk instead.
Wait, that's a lot
However,
of money.
the thing in Gulg, they leave in the mornings. That is a time crunch that you have to decide now. Go or don't.
We should if you guys want to.
I think we should go to Gulg, because if we curry favor with someone who loves who is considered the forest goddess, I think that would be a great ally to have, at least temporarily enough.
Gulg is an importer of gold, silver, and iron. So if you have any of those things, they'll fetch a high price in Gulg. If you want to be like a merchant person, you could probably buy some of those materials here at Tyr's prices and then sell them in Gulg at a higher price.
We still have 20 pounds of iron left.
Yeah, we got 24 pounds of iron, and we have a bunch of lead.
So you're going to get a low value for iron in Tyr, since Tyr has the most iron in the world. But if you travel to another city like Gulg, you'll fetch a high price.
There's also that magical item that we are going to be able to sell to maybe to a Templar or something.
Yeah. We could sell the Rod of the Pack Keeper over in Gulg as well, without directly helping our the enemy of Tyr.
Mm-hmm.
Did I give you the item that she identified for you yet?
No, you have
Where's
not given us identified gift code.
Where's that note card?
That cost 100, right?
Yeah.
It's right over here.
How long would it take for us to go to Gulg, do some business there, and then go to Uruk? Because I want to know how much I'm going to have to be paying my druids to stay in the grove.
The body feeder. This unsettlingly strange orange weapon activates only on a critical hit. You gain temporary hit points equal to the damage dealt for 10 minutes. On a critical hit.
Round trip, it's gonna be about a month.
That's gonna be a lot of temp hit points if you hit hard.
What weapon's that?
No, sorry, 2 months.
What
That's
weapon's that?
the Githka that was found in the cave.
It's about a 2-week trip to Gulg, and then it's about equal distance to Urk from Gulg to Urk, so it's probably going to take another 2 weeks, so that's a month. And then from Urk to Tyr, probably another month.
You would be away from town for a very long time if you do both of these missions.
That's good.
Oh, that's why I was asking, how long do you think it would be so that I know how much I would need to pay my druids for when I get back.
Yeah. Looks like Morg is suggesting it could take a month.
2 months
What
round
could
trip
What could possibly happen here?
if we're doing both, Gulg and Urk, and then back?
It'll take a little bit longer. I mean, that's if we just do it straight through.
It would be 14 days to Gulg, maybe another 14 to Uruk, and then from Uruk back to Tyr is probably less. Maybe another 9 days, 10 days.
That's also if we're not really like staying in any of those like places.
Right.
Like if we're just like resting and then moving as soon as we're done resting and resupplying.
You can assume that because those are book quests, there's probably a great deal more content than just the surface thing that gets you there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Indeed.
So this is kind of a major decision. This is like the fork in the road because I have 2 books that we can go off of for you guys to get your next levels, and this is the decision. Do you go to book A or book B?
I think we should go to. My vote would be to go to Gaul first.
Okay.
To do the detour.
I mean,
I agree with that.
Gold, we can do
Which-
both. It's possible.
Which was the one with the nature woman? Nature
Gulg.
queen?
Go.
Gold.
Gaul.
La Lollipoo.
Possible. We're getting paid, and on top of that, we might get something special.
Will we miss out on anything if we don't go to Uruk, like right away?
Like I said, there's not a time crunch. They worry that because of the division in the Veiled Alliance that they will expose themselves and be attacked by Hanuman and the Templars. But because of the rift between the 2 factions, maybe the ritual isn't going to happen right away.
Would it be possible to move the casting of the spell to Tyr instead?
Well, because of the political strife, they haven't had like a lot of regular contact. So that's why they want to send envoys from here to there to find out what's going on and make sure the mission is completed.
Yeah.
If you're a preserver or a druid, this mission is like vital because they are promising that the ritual will actually heal the world to a degree.
That'd be great.
And that is definitely one of my plans. So yes, this is.
However,
something
as a
that-
druid, the opportunity to go to Gulg is probably pretty tempting too because it is a forest city.
I mean, we could do both. That'd be possible.
Are there going to be like a ton of halflings there?
There's gonna be little hookies all around the place.
The halflings are in the northwest forest, whereas Gulg's forest I don't think has as many halflings, or maybe the halflings are slaves or something.
I gotta go, guys. It's
Yeah,
12.
it's midnight.
Okay.
I was
If
trying to
they're
wrap it up.
slaves-
All right. See
Good
ya.
night, guys.
Good night,
Good night.
Frog.
See you, man.
All right. We're
If they are
still all in
slaves-
agreement that we're going to Gulg first, right?
Sounds like it, yeah.
I mean, it'd be more time effective. It's possible to do both, but we just have to go to gold first. That's
Right.
If
Yeah.
it turns out that the halflings are slaves, I am staging a prison break.
Okay.
I might be mixing
You
up.
can do that on your own. We are
I'm
not
I'm
getting
still
caught up
waiting
in
for the
politics
critical
there.
moment.
I might be
where-
mixing up my cities. I'll have to look it up for
Still
next
waiting
week.
for the critical moment where there's silver
We would be going to Eric first.
where someone needs to escape. So they just like, oh yeah, by the way, Soul's
Are you
a
gonna pull a
caster. Can
diamond?
I get out?" They sell me out to get out of prison. He's a caster. Someone kill him.
In Uruk?
Anywhere.
Any last words for our viewers out there in Twitch land?
Have a lovely night, day, afternoon, wherever you are.
Subscribe to Ninja G.
Yep, so subscribe to Ninja's channel.
Please
Catch
do.
all of our wacky adventures on Wednesdays.
We're just
Don't
as
follow
fun
the
as
channel.
another
Simon
group,
does.
We're just
Yeah,
as fun as
Ninjas-
the other group, right?
Yeah, Ninja's games are pretty good, but you know what's a really good game? Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh yeah.
We are
I
not
was waiting for that.
sponsored.
Yeah, we are.
We are now.
Okay.
Not yet,
Signing
at least.
off. Bye bye,
See you
Twitch.
guys. Have a good night.